stressful week. No like mice anymore. Not sure I ever will again. Red wall or no red wall. Or at least I'll need a long time to detox from them. So instead, let's put some birds. Excuse me. Birdie, birdie, birds. Okay, there better be a way to full screen this. Options, full screen, thank you. Or maximize, yeah, no, we'll go full screen. Text speed, voice volume, FX volume, okay. No idea what's any good, I'll mess around with that later. Burb. Good burb. Alright, let's find out what happens. January 1st, 1848. The Chateau Crinière of Baron Orgier. My apologies, my French is awful. A frog is dead. Is that Monsieur Greenway? Oh mon Dieu! Dame Cataline, what have you done? Act 1. A cat with claws. There are no voices, so I'm gonna have to speak. What voice do I want? Sparrow's son. This one looks great. Yeah, the art style is great, and if you know Phoenix Wright, it's essentially a parody of Phoenix Wright, albeit still with the same, like... It still has the same, it goes about as dark as Phoenix Wright does, but it's designed as a bit of a loving satire. I'm excited. It's midday already. Where on earth is that featherhead? Well, well, well. Look who finally decided to get up. Haven't you heard what they say about the early bird falcon? Ugh, too early for worms. Pass the Cabernet Sauvignon. There'll be time for that later. We got some business to handle first. Bit quiet compared to game music. Interesting. Mic capture's at max, so probably what I should do is turn music volume down. Try that. That better? Unfortunately, mic volume's at max, so I can't turn it up more than it is. We'll try going with this for a bit, and I can adjust more if need be, obviously. There'll be time for that later. We have some business to handle first. Business? A letter arrived while you were sleeping. I haven't opened it yet. It's probably just more junk mail. Go ahead, Sparrow Son. You may have the honors. All right. Ahem. Dear Monsieur Falcon, I am writing you today because my daughter, Dame Cataline, has been arrested for a crime she did not commit. She is being held at La Concierge prison on the charge of murder, no less, for trials in 3 days' time. I'd be greatly in your debt if you would offer her your legal aid. Yours sincerely, Senor Portois Dumois of the Dumois estate. Well, this is quite something. I know, your first serious client in months. Not just that, the Dumois estate is well known for its exuberant wealth. Even if we cannot do much for Dame Cataline, his lordship would still reward us handsomely for our efforts. Wow, Suppose you intend on defending Dame Cataline in court? Nope. I think not, Sparrow Son. The fate of the fat cat Bourgeois. I should know that word. Bourgeois is none of my concern. Pass the Cabernet Sauvignon already. What? With all respect, Falcon, we've been doing nothing for the past 2 weeks. Anything would be better than another day of thumb twiddling. Still. Come on, let's be productive members of society. No. No, I've made up my mind. Okay, fine. Can we just play some guitar just half the time? Now, there's a marvelous idea, but what game? We don't really have enough players for a tap tarak or a seagull. I know. There's this game I learned at university called Jeux Noirs. Jeux Noirs? That sounds dubious. No, it's a real game. Let me tell you how it works. You draw cards from this deck as close to one as possible without going over. Oh, blackjack, goddammit. Call hit if you want another card and stand if you want to hit any more. You're aiming to get as close to one as possible without going over. Sounds good. Deal me. Oh, we're actually doing this? They actually included content if you turn down the case. What the hell? 5. Hit. 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 Good God, how did I... There's no way. What do you think? Are you getting the gist of it? Not quite. Let's play again. Seven, 8, 18. Really? The gist of it. Got it. Yes, I think I've got a handle on it. Alright, now I can make this interesting. How do you feel about a little wager? Sounds good. What did you have in mind? 1 franc per round? 2? No, I was thinking of something else. I'm intrigued. Go on. We play 1 round. If I win, you have to take on Dame Cataline's case. That sounds like quite a hefty wager. What do I get if I win? If you win... I've got it. If I win, you must... You must take a vow of silence, then I peep out of you for 1 week. A whole week? I think I can manage a day. Frankly, I don't think you can manage 5 minutes. But if you manage it, the office would actually be peaceful for a change. Alright, let's play. Let me guess, it's gonna be rigged against me. There's no way I win this. If I do, I'd be impressed. If they actually allow for that. Wow, I didn't realize there were cards over 11. Well, looks like I won. How about that? What? No way, you cheated! You didn't shuffle those cards properly. Let's go again, 2 out of 3. How does the American proverb go, Falcon? Don't hate the player, hate the game. Oh, this is my punishment for gambling on a made-up card game, isn't it? Fine, we'll take the case. I love how they... I love how they did that. Excellent. My derriere was getting tired from all this sitting around. Oh, but I better file away Signor Dumas' letter first. 1 moment, Falcon. If anyone in the chat speaks better French than I, please feel free to let me know what I'm mispronouncing. To be fair, pertois is probably not a real French word. Pertois' letter has been added to your evidence folder. On certain age, she's being held at the concierge. You may access the evidence folder at any time by clicking the suitcase symbol. Oh, nearly forgot my wallet. I wouldn't want to lose that. Again, I recall you losing at the New Year's party, and at Christmas. Yes, alright. No need to make a list. Falcon has picked up his wallet. 20 francs. You may see how much money he's carrying at any time by clicking on the wallet symbol. Let's make a move. January 3rd, Monday. Welcome to the map screen. From here you can travel to any listed area by clicking on a location, name, or location node. Areas marked with a clock symbol take a whole day to visit. Areas marked with no symbol can be visited freely. The offices, no junk mail, no cases big or too small. Sign on the door reads the Aviary Attorney offices. La concierge will take the day to visit. Back to the office. Falcon, why are you back in your office? We have a case to solve. I was just procrastinating. Well, stop it. We need to get back to helping Dame Cataline. All right, I'm ready. Let's go. Okay, fine. They know the way I play these games. Okay, the way, like, probably everyone plays these games. Bourgeois, okay. Bourgeois, thank you. Falcon and Sparrowson step into the stone-cold foyer of the concierge prison. Conciergier. Conciergier? No, we'll say concierge for now. Sullen-faced guards and visitors linger beneath the medieval archways. Ah, the concierge. This is the finest prison in the whole of France. The outer walls are impenetrable. The cells are spotless. The guards are well-mannered. What do you want? Good day, monsieur. I'm here to see Dame Cataline de Moore. I am due to represent her in court. Oh, you're her lawyer, huh? Fine, fine. Follow me. Well, what are you waiting for? Keep up. My papa hasn't forgotten about me, has he? Dame Cataline de Moore, I presume. You've arrived. The fantastic lawyer, Monsieur Falcon, and his petite assistant, Sparrowson. Milady is knowledgeable. Don't talk like that, Sparrowson. Sorry. The bouncy animations are great. My papa told me he would only hire the best lawyers in town. I'm flattered. But they weren't available at such short notice, so we hired the first people in the address directory. Oh. You see, Falcon? I told you listing under Aviary Attorney would pay off. Let's get down to business. Dame Cataline, could you fill us in on some details? Your father's letter was a little brief. I can do my best. What is it you wanted to know? What exactly happened on the night of the murder? Oh, let me think. It was Friday evening. Me and my papa had arrived at Chateau Crenier, the home of the great Baron Rogueau. My papa spent all evening talking with Monsieur Greenway and the Baron about business stuff. Business stuff? Well, the three of them own a railway company together. So all through dinner, they were talking about company shares and investments, but I didn't really understand most of it. But after dinner, this man with a camera took our photograph. That was a lot more fun. Sorry, a man with a what took your what? Camera. It's a very new gadget. A tiny bug sits in a box with a tiny paintbrush and paints your picture very fast. In 10 minutes, poof, you have a perfect picture. Wow, technology is amazing. I don't think the lady's explanation is right, Sparrowson. Sure, let me believe. Still, the camera sounds like a very special device. I'll make a note of it. Camera has been added to your evidence folder. A photographer named Robitio attended the banquet. Please continue, Dame Cataline. So to read the photograph, I went to the gardens to get some air, and that's when I found the body of Monsieur Greenway. He was all ripped open. A housemaid saw me standing over the froggy Monsieur and called for help, and then the police arrived. Before I could say anything, I ended up here. It was such a blur. It must have been terrifying. It wasn't so bad. My papa taught me how to be a very brave cat. Was there something else you wanted to ask, Monsieur Falcon? Dame Cataline, who attended the banquet that evening? Well, there was me and my papa. My dearest maman could not make it. And there was Baron Rogueau, who hosted the dinner, and his housemaid, Caroline, I think she was called. Of course there was Monsieur Greenway, well, until, he died. And there was Monsieur Robitio de Ribignon, the man with the camera, but he was only there for a little while. I think that was all. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? Dame Cataline, did you see anything suspicious that evening? Suspicious? Like, maybe a guy working in the shadows, or a bloodied murder weapon. Monsieur Falcon, I do believe you're looking for an easy answer. You got me. I did not see anything, I'm afraid. The evening was very normal. The food was delicious. The conversation was boring. It was all very ordinary until the incident. I see. Wait, Falcon, you missed something of huge importance. I did? Dame Cataline, you said the food was delicious. But you didn't say what food it was. You and your damn stomach. Let me see. We had poached red herring to start, garnished with garlic butter. Go on. Then a marbled steak, served perfect bloody rare. Glorious. Falcon, write this down. What? This can't possibly be relevant to the case. Write it all down. Please. For me. Fine, fine. Red herring has been added to your evidence folder. That's too perfect. That is... Wow, smartasses. Red herring. This is a red herring. Why should still actually be relevant? I needed that. Bloody rare steak has been added to your evidence folder. Dame Cataline ate a bloody rare steak at the banquet. Sparrow son, remind me not to let you talk to clients on an empty stomach. Come to think of it, I did find it a little strange that we weren't given any cutlery. No cutlery, even for the steak? Nope. You'd think the great Baron of Chateau Criniere would have gorgeous silverware, but there was none to be seen. That is a little peculiar. Was there anything else you wanted to know, Monsieur Falcon? No, I think that will be all. So what's the plan now, Falcon? The way I see it, we have two tasks. We should head to Chateau Criniere and try to see the scene of the murder for ourselves, and we should try to track down the supposed photographer, Monsieur Robillot de Robignon. 2 days for 2 tasks? Seems doable. But we should get back and get... Typo. We should head back and get some rest first. We have a lot of work ahead of us. Wait, Monsieur Falcon, before you go, you do believe my story, don't you? Dame Cataline, I believe that a fair trial can draw out the truth from any situation. I believe in justice. That's good to hear. You're not wrong, Falcon. Well, that's not what the lady needed to hear. You might work on being less of a, how to put it, fils de pute. If serving justice makes me a fils de pute, I'll wear that title proudly. Dame Cataline, Monsieur Greenway, Baron Rogier. These names are all getting a bit confusing, aren't they? Not particularly. Well, it is for me. I'm gonna start compiling a Facebook so that I can keep track of who everyone is. Good grief. A what? A Facebook. It's a collection of people's names, pictures, and descriptions in one easy-to-carry catalog. I think I understand. The name could use a little work, though. Spend a start compiling a Facebook. Good God, there are so many characters in this game. J.J. Falcon, the Aviary Attorney himself. Sparrow son, Falcon's suave and courageous lackey. What a handsome fellow. Pertois de Moi, the wealthy father of Dame Cataline. Pertois hired us to defend Dame Cataline in court. Baron, can you say you played 2 hours to die like this? You played 2 hours to die like this? Oh no, what went wrong? What happened? Quark, an ill-mannered jailkeeper, seems to feel disgust for criminals and for animals in general. It's really you, hi, yep. It is me, it is my voice. I know, it's been a while. I've not talked to you guys in forever, mostly after Among Us ended. I'm the one who said that in the voiceover. God damn it. You played 2 hours to die like this? Cataline de Miard, the elegant bourgeois, daughter of Seigneur Pertois de Moix. She has been accused of murdering Monsieur Greenway. My French is awful. I'm so sorry Age of Empires 2 ended like that. Greenway, the froggy businessman who was found murdered at Chateau Crinière, a colleague of Pertois and Rourguel. Notably, we don't have Rourguel in the context yet. We're also missing the photographer. You can access the list of people you have met at any time by clicking the book symbol. Let's make a move. The game saves automatically at the start of each new day. You can make a quick save at any time by collecting save and quit from the pause menu. Access the pause menu, click on the cog symbol in the upper left corner or by cursing the escape key. Alright. Back to the offices. Let's see what dialogue there is this time. Falcon, why are we back in your office? We have a case to solve. I was just procrastinating. Well, stop it. We need to get back to helping Dame Cataline. Alright, I'm ready. Let's go. Okay, it's the same dialogue. Baron Rourguel resides at Chateau Crinière, an impressive manor house with an immaculate garden. Or Studio de Robignon. Here lies the home of Robitio de Robignon, an up-and-coming photographer. We'll go there first. I'm glad to know that my voice sounds a lot like the Age of Empires 2 voice dude. So this is the studio of the famous photographer. Shall we knock? Wait, there's a note on the door. The magnificent and marvelous artist, Monsieur Robitio de Robignon, is currently out on an artistic expedition. He shall return when his muse sees fit. When his muse sees fit? What does that even mean? I think it means he's a pretentious bird brain. But in any case, the artist seems to be out. What shall we do now? We should knock anyway. Alright, I don't see the harm. Nope, does look like he's in, Falcon. We should break in. Alright, let's go. There's nothing else to do. Let's make a move. I hate the feeling of a wasted trip. Is there really nothing else we can do? It's fairly unbecoming of a lawyer, but I suppose we could try to break in. What? Are you serious? Maybe. Monsieur J.J. Falcon, I would have thought the man of justice like yourself would be against such reckless displays of unlawful barbarism. You're right. I'm sorry. I don't know what came over. It's a brilliant suggestion. Stand back. I'm barging the door down. Wait, just like that? Should we discuss this first? What in bird Jesus' name was that? You said you wanted to break in. I thought we could find an open window. I think you turned into a bird-sized cannonball. Well, now we're here. We gotta make the most of it. This place is quite something. It's very... swanky? I was gonna say, ostentatious. That's just swanky talk for swanky. We don't have time for this. The sound of a door being smashed could be drawing unwanted attention. We should find anything that may help our case and get out. Investigation mode, you're free to examine the scenery of the room. Click on item of interest and Falcon will examine it in closer detail. When you've had enough or you find nothing else to examine, click on the X button in the top right-hand corner. Select an area to examine. Oh nice, it highlights them. That's appreciated. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Hey Falcon, look! What? It's just an easel. No, look at what's on the easel. Oh wow, this must be a copy of the photograph from the evening of the murder. There's no question about it. I see a housemaid. Dame Cataline. And I think that's Seigneur Pertois, Cataline's father, so that's the housemaid Coilan. So what shall we do? Do we just take this? We've come this far. We may as well borrow it. Studio photograph has been out of your evidence folder. Is there anything else we need to do here? A picture of a sailing ship on a windy day. This is a picture of a fence. It's a fancy photograph, at least if you were defenseless. Out of all the pictures here, I would pick it as my favorite. Okay, I'm done. No more fence puns. I hate you. This is the tiny photograph of what appears to be a jail cell. That reminds me. How illegal is this? You know, breaking and entering, rifling their person's belongings. Oh. I'm not gonna lie to you, Sparrowson. If we're caught, we'll spend the next 20 years with a number instead of a name. I called 4601. Don't be daft, Sparrowson. You can't call prison numbers. Damn, I wanted that one. What's the reference? Is there a reference I'm not getting? A lighthouse? No, wait, it's a man in a top hat. Actually, if I squint and turn my head sideways, it's a black smudge. Falcon. I do love how One of Her Kind and Davey just came in here to add text if my voice sounded like a pout. This is a photograph of a castle somewhere in the countryside. You know, I once had an uncle who fell off a castle rampart while on guard duty. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Did he die? No, he got demoted. Ugh, terrible. A butterfly, or maybe a moth. It's difficult to tell in black and white. A beautiful picture of the Paris skyline. Given the angle, this must be taken from Notre Dame Cathedral itself. This appears to be a photograph of a ladder. Symbolic of climbing upwards towards success, perhaps? Looks more like a stepladder to me. Of course they include the classic Phoenix Wright joke. Oh no, we're not getting into that old argument. Famous Phoenix Wright joke appears in every single game. For a while, I think it was in every single case. There was a ladder or a stepladder, and there was an argument over it. Famous Phoenix Wright in joke. I see a finely dressed dandy fellow upon a horse. I see a bourgeois tigress in profile. A chandelier. You should get one of these for the office. I don't have the money for that sort of luxury. I see paints, inks, and dyes. I'm not quite sure what the liquid in this bottle is. I can taste test it. You could. But we don't have time for a hospital visit right now, so let's not. So we literally broke in here to steal a copy of the photograph, and that's it. I think we're done snooping. Let's get out of here before we draw further attention to ourselves. Sounds good to me. That could possibly bite us in the butt later. Uh-oh. Oh mon Dieu! What happened to my door? Well, Monsieur Rabignon, like this. You see, we are attorneys who've been hired for the purpose of... Raven! A raven did it! We saw the whole thing! What are you doing, Sparrowson? I've got this. Not going to jail because your conscience is acting up. Nobody's going to jail, just take it easy. Ah, damn ravens. They're always after our shiny objects, am I right? Yeah, that's right. Let's make a move. Trial day is approaching fast. Right, let's go. A new day. Everything okay up there? Just something fell down? Oh, okay. Bathroom? Okay. Chateau Crenier. Falcon and Sparrowson enter the courtyard outside Chateau Crenier. People with dirty clothes and gaunt faces linger around the building's shadows. Excuse-moi, messieurs. I don't mean to be a pain, but my little girl and I are sick and starving, see? I don't suppose you're going to have some spare change. You have 20 francs in your wallet. What will you do? Here you go. Stay safe, madame. Oh, wow. Bless you, messieurs. Bless you. That's pretty generous of you, Falcon. Times are tough. Making sure mother and child can make it through the last of winter is the least I can do. But what am I doing, standing here moralizing? Come on, Sparrowson. We've got business to attend to. Falcon and Sparrowson step into the pristine wood-paneled foyer of Chateau Crenier. Whoa, look at this place. Baron Rogiel must be loaded. More than loaded. When it comes to lucrative investments, the Baron is a legend. Factories, chocolate shops, hotels, railroads. The Baron owns a little bit of everything this side of the scene, yeah. Is he here right now? Yes, he's the smug-looking chap with the impressive mane. Boy must approach a man of his stature with tact and finesse. Hey, Baron, we'd like a word! He said my name. How's that? Sparrowson, you have the finesse of an inebriated warthog. You can thank me later. I think I got his attention. Did I hear my name? Great Baron Roguel, property owner extraordinaire at your service. And who might you fellows be? More investigators? Not quite. I'm Private Attorney J.J. Falcon. This is my assistant Sparrowson. Liars, eh? You know, you ain't the first to have passed through here today. Oh? Yes. This jumpy, twitchy fellow came by this morning. Asked a bunch of questions and hopped away before he heard the answers. Most curious. Do you know who he was, Sparrowson? Perhaps. I have a hunch. We'll be seeing him at the trial. A friend of yours? Something like that. So what may I do for you, messieurs? We're doing some research on Monsieur Greenway, the frog who was killed here on Friday evening. Of course. Such a tragedy. He was a good friend and loyal business partner. I suppose you messieurs will be wanting to see the crime scene for yourselves? Actually, yes, that would be fantastic. Well, be my guest. You'll find the garden where the murder occurred through the back doors. You may be also interested in the lounge, second floor, third door to the right. That would be where we gathered for a group photograph prior to the... unfortunate incident. Oh, we can see the finished... Can we see the finished photograph? I'm afraid of not. It is my understanding that a photograph must be developed before it can be viewed. It's a slow process. My own copy of the photograph is delivered in 3 days' time. That's no good to us. The trial may be over by then. Nonetheless, we appreciate your hospitality. Thank you, Baron. You're welcome. It's no trouble at all. I'll see you here when you're out. I'll be here to see you out when you are done with your investigations. So where should we go first? Go to the crime scene first. Excuse me. Oh, frick. Dame Cataline said something, and I clicked trying to change windows and accidentally missed it. My mistake. Hey, Falcon, do the crime scene investigation thing. The crime scene investigation thing? Yeah, you know, that thing where you get all eagle-eyed and analyze every object in excruciating detail. You mean search for evidence? Yeah, do that! That's not a bad suggestion. Wouldn't be the first time the Parisian police have missed something right under their noses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Another beautifully made horse statue. You know, my uncle once had a horse that refused to eat hay. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yep. I eventually realized it was just filling up on hors d'oeuvres. Ugh. Terrible. I'm with Falcon on this one. A finely crafted horse statue. The mane almost looks lifelike. Would you say it behooves you to stroke it? No. No, I would not. A horse statue. This one has a goofy face. That reminds me of a joke. A horse walks into a bar and the barkeep says, "Why the long face?" Yes, we've all heard that one. What? No. Barkeep says, "You've got to stop coming here. Your drinking is under the stable." I think it's time to rein in the horse jokes. Baron Roguel certainly likes his horse statues. I don't mind the horse statues, but the little cherub people creep me out. Baby should be waddling, not attempting subtlest horseback riding. This fountain is finely crafted. It's solid carved marble. That can't have been cheap. I see nothing but water in the bottom of the lower basin. It's a shame we can't see the upper basin from here. That would be a perfect place to quickly stash a murder weapon. That's actually not a terrible line of reasoning. We ought to wait and take a closer look, just to be sure. Yeah, I suppose we should. Oh, I apologize. I wasn't being direct enough. What I meant to say was, Sparrowson, go wade into the fountain to take a closer look inside the upper basin. Me? No way! If you want to go wading, do it yourself. I'm a respectable lawyer. You can't expect me to roll up my trousers and paddle around a fountain like a duck on a lake. Yeah, well, you don't pay me enough to justify getting my sweet threads wet. Look, there's only one reasonable way to settle it. We'll flip for it. Flip for it? Yep, I'll flip this 1 franc coin. You call the outcome. Get it wrong and you go for a swim. So what'll it be? Heads or tails? Napoleon's face? Or pants squiggles? Plant squiggles? It's called a wreath, Sparrowson. Sure, I'll bet on the plant squiggles. Here I go. It's heads. Should have gone with the old Emperor, Falcon. Gah! Fine. Hold my shoes. Falcon should really learn how to spot a rigged coin flip. Figures. I almost feel bad for cheating. Almost. Ah, you're back. Have a good swim. I love the water droplet in the ruined hat. No, I'm a bird, not a fish. But I did find a mystery item in the upper basin. It's no murder weapon, though. What is this? It's brown and sticky and it smells weird. Don't tell me that you picked up a very wet cigar butt, possibly belonging to Baron Roguel. Correct. But that shouldn't be too surprising. It is his house, after all. I'll stash it in the evidence folder, just in case. Cigar butt has been added to your evidence folder. Is there anything else we need to do here? I do not believe so. I believe that is all. Nope, there's the stairway. Dried blood on the staircase. This must be where Monsieur Greenway died. Do you see any bloody footprints? Oh, or maybe a name scrawled in blood, written with the frog's last breath. Wishful thinking. All I'm seeing here is a big, sticky puddle. There's nothing to indicate that the body was moved or the frog left the last-minute clue. All I can make out from the bloody mess is that Monsieur Greenway was attacked and killed on the staircase. It's true, name scrawled in blood is usually not very common. I think in Phoenix Wright, every time it's used, it's always a fake. Like, I think literally every single time it was fake, which makes sense, because that's how it should be. I think we're done here. Good call. But are you sure you don't want to take another dip? We still have time. Don't push your luck. Lounge. Too tall for the screen. Second floor. Third door on the right. This must be the room where the photograph was taken. Psst. Hey, Falcon, did you see that? See what? That housemaid totally just did something shifty. Shh. Why am I getting a phone call at this hour? Is this another freaking spam caller? I was hoping for something funny. It's just the same people try to sell me to go replace my roof with their company. No means no. Leave me alone. Not in the mood for junk mail. In the form of phone call. This is why phone calling is being phased out. Shifty. I think she just pocketed something from that drawer. You should totally call her out on it. Excuse me, mademoiselle. Ah. Yes? Are you two policemen? No, we're private attorneys. My name's J.J. Falcon. And I'm Sparrowson. Oh, how rude of me. My name is Colleen Duhart. So, what can I help out you messieurs with today? We're investigating the murder that took place last week. Do you mind if we ask you a couple of questions? That's fine. Let me just grab a chair. That's better. What was it you wanted to ask? We're looking for the room where the photograph was taken prior to the incident. Would you happen to know whether this is the right room? Oh yes, you're in the right place. I saw the photography session for myself. Let's see. The cameraman was standing just about where you're standing, actually, Monsieur Falcon. And where was the camera pointed? Right at the clock above the mantelpiece. The Baron insisted on using that very location. Now that I'm looking at it, something isn't right about that clock. I know. The painting on it totally clashes with the decor. I was thinking more obvious lines. The clock has no hands. Yeah, I noticed that. Oh, that clock has never had hands in all my years working here. I think Baron Ruggiero just keeps it around as a conversation piece. Well, we're conversing about it, so I guess it's working. It's a peculiar detail, though. I'll make a note of it. Missing clock hands have been added to your evidence folder. Is there something else you wanted to ask? You were a little nervous when we came in. You thought we were police officers. Is there something we want to know? Anything you need to confess? No, I'm just a little nervous after all the drama of the last week. We completely understand, mademoiselle. If anything comes to mind, please don't hesitate to let us know. I'll keep it in mind. Was there something else you wanted to ask? No further questions. Thank you, mademoiselle. You've been a huge help. It's no problem, messieurs. Actually, there is something. I know you two saw me stealing as you came in. I appreciate you didn't give me the third degree about it. You see, I'm trying to save it to follow my dreams, and, well, never mind, I'm rambling. It's no problem, mademoiselle. To be honest, we have a much larger crime to worry about. Although I should probably ask, I don't suppose you've been stealing anything else? Silverware, perhaps? Ah, you know about that? Yeah, I suppose that was me. Sort of a couple of teaspoons. I don't think the Baron would miss those. But, well, yeah. I suppose the habit got a little away from me. That's one mystery solved, at least. Missing silver has been added to your evidence folder. Was I supposed to go to the main lounge first? Querline, the housemaid of Chateau Curie, has confessed to stealing silverware from the household. Studio photograph. A photograph we borrowed shows them missing clock hands. The clock has no hands. Cigar butt was found at the bottom of the garden and could only be reached with a little waiting. I'd appreciate if you didn't tell the Baron. He's been really kind, and I hate to break his trust. I see. So where to next, big bud? Let me guess, we were supposed to have heard about the missing silverware in the main hall, and went to the lounge later? Did you messieurs have a good look around? I trust everything was in order. We had a good look, thank you, Baron. But we actually have some questions for you. Please ask away. I have nothing to hide. Baron Ruggiero, I would like to ask you about your activities on the night of the murder. Oh, am I in trouble? No, nothing like that. We're just gathering the full picture. I see. Well, let me think. The guests arrived at 5 o'clock, and we all sat down for dinner in this very hall at 6. That part went magnificently. The photographer arrived at 7 o'clock, but it wasn't until 7:30 that we had our picture taken. My housemaid discovered this crime scene soon after that. I see. Is there something else I can help you, messieurs, with? I think that would be all, Baron. Thank you very much for your time. It was a pleasure. Have a delightful day, messieurs. Yes, I'm totally role-playing, help the poor people. Did you get all the information you needed, Falcon? I hope so. Don't worry. If everything goes wrong with the trial, we can always just wing it. I hate you. Terrible. Just terrible. Let's head back to the office and get some rest. January 6th, Thursday. Falcon, it's the trial day. Stop messing around. We need to head to the courthouse already. I was just... No, we're going to be late. Falcon and Sparrow stand inside the marble portico of the Palais de Justice, awaiting the opening of the Tribunal de Grande Instance. Are you nervous, Falcon? Nope. We've got this case in the bag. Look at my feathers, see? Totally unruffled. Wow, well, at least one of us is feeling confident. Monsieur Falcon, Petit Sparrow's son. Is there anything you need me to do? No, we've got a handle on things. Falcon was just telling me how confident he was feeling about the case. That's wonderful. I just know you two will pull through. Let's move it along, fellas. I'll be watching from inside. Do your best for me, Monsieur Falcon. We will. Are we ready? Yeah, we're ready. Alright, settle down everyone, settle down. Is everybody here? J.J. Falcon, present. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Rupert Rabington, present. The ready is prosecution, Your Honor. Oh, darn, that's not it. Oh, gosh, where are my notes? Ha, I knew it. Knew what? Rupert and I went to Paris Law School together. He was in all of my classes. Oh, was he smart? No. He always scored the second worst marks in the class. I can only assume he bumbled through the final exam and luck was too rapid feet. Unless he's improved considerably, you might already have this trial in the bag. That's good to know. But say, Sparrow son, if Rupert scored the second lowest marks in class, then who scored the lowest? I choose to exercise my right not to self-incriminate. Here it is. Ahem. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. I, the jury, all present. All present and accounted for, Your Honor. Hey, Falcon, I thought there were only 6 members of the jury for cases like this. Why do I count 8? Oh, those 2 birds with funny hats are associates, the associate judges. Everything seems to be in order, so let us begin. The court is now in session for the trial of Dame Cataline Dimion. Prosecution, please call your first witness to the stand. Oh gosh, are we there already? Well, okay, I choose to call the officer in charge of the murder investigation, Inspector Valerty, to the witness stand. Inspector Valerty, please approach the stand and recite the oath. As you will, Your Honor. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Monsieur, Inspector, please state name and occupation for the record. My name is Inspector Just Valerty. I am servant to the law, a scourge of the gutter rats that plague this city. I've enforced the law for over 20 years, and I shall continue until I bring the infamous Viridian killer to justice. My path begins 18 years ago. Let's stick to the questions, Inspector. Of course, Your Honor. Oh, great. I was hoping we could have one of those bumbling, cuddly officers, but instead we're stuck with lawful goody two-shoes. I bet this guy would turn his own mother if he saw her littering. So, Inspector, is it true that you're the lead investigator on this case? That is correct. I was also among the first to arrive at the scene of the crime. Then perhaps you could walk us through on what you would witness upon your arrival. Absolutely. Just after 7:30, we alerted and brought to the scene by the housemaid of Baron Roguel. At the scene of the crime, we found Dame Cataline Dimion. She was standing over the corpse of Monsieur Greenway with his blood on her paws. Well, that sounds like an open and shut case in my humble opinion. No more questions, Your Honor. Bloodied paws? Nobody told me about that detail. Keep it together, Falcon. You're given the opportunity to cross-examine the witness. That's the opportunity to find flaws in the inspector's testimony. Of course, I know this. You may begin your cross-examination, Monsieur Falcon. Cross-examine the witness to find flaws in his testimony, or the voice acting of the narrator. Such a key phrase you find suspicious, Falcon will press the witness for information. Ask the right questions to bring the truth to light. Avoid pressing pointless details. The justice and jury don't like having their time wasted. Such statement to the question. would like to ask about the corpse of Monsieur Greenway. Go on. What was Monsieur Greenway's cause of death? That was immediately obvious when I arrived on the scene. Monsieur Greenway had a gaping slash from shoulder to thigh. Blood was everywhere. I spoke with the coroner, and he was in agreement. The frog died from blood loss directly caused by the open wound. I see. I suppose there's no chance of arguing that this was unrelated injury, huh? Do you have another question about the corpse? Inspector, could you describe the cut on Monsieur Greenway's corpse? Certainly. It was a single vertical slash. It was a fine and deep cut. The sort you expect to see from a sharpened saber or surgeon's knife. Or a cat's claw. Certainly. Wait. You say a saber or knife could have inflicted the wound? Isn't this line of investigation worth pursuing? Don't be daft, Falcon. Did you see or hear anything about a knife or a sword at the crime scene? Well, no, I didn't. But it's a possibility, is it not? We don't have anything about evidence. Stealing silverware, technically speaking. Whoops. Without evidence, it's a pretty unlikely possibility. Let's stick to the facts. You know, the question about the corpse, I'm going to try again. Because tell me about the slash. I did! There was a sword in the main... Oh, what? No. I think the police would have noticed a thing like that. No, Monsieur Falcon. There was no sword at the crime scene. These sorts of observations are ridiculous and dangerous. Judge! I concur. Defense, please be more careful with your line of inquiry. They're stalling. What a buffoon. You lost a little favor with the jury. It's the silverware. There's a knife there. Another question about the corpse? No. Select a statement of question. Blood on her paws. Inspector, you say Dame Cataline had blood on her paws? Correct. Blood clung to her fur like guilt to a convict. Whose blood was it? Ha! What a question. It was Monsieur Greenway's, of course. How can you be so sure? I object. This line of questioning is absurd. There was only one murder victim that night. Falcon? The blood on Dame Cataline's paws can only have belonged to one person. Monsieur Greenway. Judge! Falcon's trying to delay the trial by asking pointless questions. I'm afraid the prosecutor may have a point, Monsieur Falcon. Do you have any reason to suspect the blood belonged to someone other than Monsieur Greenway? I do, Your Honor. Actually, I have more than suspicion. I have evidence the blood on Dame Cataline's paws had nothing to do with the murder. This is foolish time wasting, Falcon. If the blood on Dame Cataline's paws didn't come from the victim, then where did the blood come from? Stick. On the evening of the murder, Dame Cataline ate a bloody rare steak. Is this true, Monsieur Remington? Well, in a manner of speaking, I suppose steak may have been on the menu. Then, Inspector, would you acknowledge the possibility that the blood on the lady's paws did not belong to the victim, but to the steak? Well, wait, don't answer that, Inspector. It is a possibility. No! Intriguing. Pretty convincing. You gained a little favor with the jury. It took an hour. But dinner was finally over. Goomba is here. So, Inspector Voliety, is it possible you arrested an innocent bystander simply for being a messy eater? Now, hold on just 1 minute, Falcon. You are overlooking something quite crucial. Dame Cataline is an, elegant bourgeois kitten. She was no doubt bought with flawless etiquette and perfect table manners. At the banquet, she would have eaten the steak with a fork in her left hand and a knife in her right, like any proper civilized animal. How could she have possibly gotten blood on her paws with such good manners? Oh, that is a good question. Or it would be at any ordinary dinner banquet. But as it happened, something was missing from that particular banquet. Something that forced Dame Cataline to eat with her paws. Missing silverware. Dame Cataline was forced to eat steak with her paws because the silverware of the household had been previously stolen. Stolen? I don't recall any mention of that in the police report. We weren't aware of anything missing from the rogue evidence when we performed the initial investigation. But as it happened, Baron Roguel approached us about this very subject last night. Innocent, perhaps? What a twist. You gain a little favor with the jury. What is the meaning of all this? Bloody steak, misplaced silverware. Inspector, was your investigation so lax that you overlooked these basic facts in your initial report? Lax? My investigation? Judge, I assure you that I am most thorough investigative officer in the force. Then it is amazing that Parisian police manage to solve any crimes at all. Heh. Oh dear. Be on your way, Inspector. Perhaps do a little inspecting for your next case. Fine, so be it, messieurs. Until next time. Prosecutor, I trust your next witness is ready. Yes, of course, Your Honor. I call upon, let's see. Monsieur Robinho, the photographer who attended the banquet on the night of the murder. Monsieur Roberto Robinho, please approach the stand and recite the oath. How does it go? I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. It's a little cliche, to be perfectly honest. Could the witness please introduce himself for the a court record? Huh. As if anybody in this courtroom does not immediately recognize me. I am the great Monsieur Roberto Robinho, cutting-edge photographer and visionary. I don't just take people's pictures, I capture their very essence. Je suis l'artiste, tu es son poupée. You may have seen my works in hit magazines, Le Branche or C'est Chouette. I can send you pictures if you like. Anyone who actually speaks French is gonna kill me. What on earth is a tweet? Bird-to-bird communication. Come on, Falcon, it's the 19th century. Give the times already. Yes. Your works are very, impressive, Monsieur Robinho. But let's get down to business. Could you tell us your, activities were on the night of the murder? Very well. I was hired by Baron Roguel to capture the evening's events. I arrived at 7 in the evening, I pointed my camera, and captured the beauty of the banquet in one fantastic photograph. Then I billed Baron Roguel and left. Like a true artist. And with the guards of the photograph itself, who did you photograph? I thought you might ask. I brought a copy so that you could all see for yourselves. Oh, very good. Let's take a closer look. You are in fact butchering the language. I know. I have no knowledge of most romantic languages. Other than Spanish. I can pronounce Spanish and speak that okay. I cannot do any French to save my life. Unless someone tells me straight up. Which better though. Touche. Oh, very good. Let's take a closer look. My word, this is an exquisite photograph, isn't it? So let's see, who do we have here? In the middle we see Baron Rogue. Let's see. Does this match my photograph? No, it doesn't. Interesting. In the middle we see Baron Roguel, the lion who hosted the event. On the left we see Seigneur Pertois de Moi, the father of the defendant, Dame Cataline. And finally we see the housemaid, Quelan de Huot, who I suspect may have snuck into the picture uninvited. French is hard. Yes, so I have heard. As you can see, two people are clearly absent from the photograph. The first is the victim, Monsieur Greenway. The second is the defendant, Dame Cataline de Moi. Quite suspicious, wouldn't you agree? Just a moment, Monsieur Remington. This proves nothing. So the defendant and the photo victim were not photographed with the others. This doesn't mean they were in the garden together at that point. Hold your horses, Falcon. I'm not done. The prosecution may continue. Behind the photographed subjects, we see a wall clock with the time set at 7:30. Now, why is that time significant? Well, as Investor Valerti told us earlier, that was the exact time the murder took place. I can see two problems already. Do you see, Falcon? Every suspect has an alibi at the time of the murder. Say for Dame Caroline herself. Hey Falcon, that photograph doesn't seem right. It looks different to the one we borrowed from Robinho's studio. I see it too. Our photograph shows Quillan Duhot, Dame Caroline, and Signor Portois. But Monsieur Robinho's photograph shows Baron Rogueil, where Dame Caroline should be standing. Also, why did they photograph only two people when they could have photographed all four? Why did they not wait for all of them to be there? If we assume that only one photograph was taken, then this demonstrates that one of the photographs must have been edited in some way. You should just slam the edit down. Be like, bam, inconsistency. This whole courtroom is out of order. Case closed. I can't do that. Well, I suppose you could be a little more delicate with your words. No, I mean, I can't do that because our evidence was illegally obtained. If I were to present it, Monsieur Robinho would ask how he acquired it, and the whole trial could derail. In a worst-case scenario, I could lose my legal license and be arrested for theft. Oh. Well, we don't want that. No, we don't. I should tread lightly. Your Honor, I would like to cross-examine the witness. Very well. The defense may proceed. It's a waste of time if you ask me. Photographs are rock-solid evidence. So that's a statement to question. Photograph, camera, 7 p.m. Monsieur Robinho, you say that you arrived at 7 o'clock. Give or take a couple of minutes. Yes. How long did it take to set up your camera? It took perhaps 25 minutes to find a shooting location, put together the camera, and ready the film. So you arrived at 7, and the photograph took place at 7:30. And you spent 25 minutes setting up. That leaves 5 minutes unaccounted for. Falcon, surely you aren't expecting that Monsieur Robinho did something, nefarious in this small window of time. Not at all. I'm just trying to piece together the evening's events. I spent a little time talking with Baron Rogueil when I arrived. That's probably where the rest of the time went. Give me the question about the time of arrival. No, that's not how I get there. Let's take a closer look at this photograph. I know the problem. The question is how to get to the problem. Just to clarify, Monsieur Robinho, photographs are a direct reflection of reality, are they not? That is correct. The photograph process leaves no room for bias or inaccuracies. That is most curious, because I see a mistake. A mistake? Impossible. I just told you, monsieur. The camera is a perfect, unbiased device. The photographs it produces are flawless. Flawless. Falcon, I'm not seeing any mistakes, but perhaps you could be more specific. Certainly. Click on the area of the photograph you believe contains a mistake. The clock in this photograph. There is something not right about it. Well, isn't that convenient? The defense sees something wrong with the key evidence of a piece of evidence that implicates his client. Don't give me that cocky tone, Monsieur Remington. I have evidence that there's something wrong with that clock in that picture. The photograph clearly shows the clock's hands pointing at 7 and 6. That much is self-evidence. Which is most curious. The clock in the lounge of Chateau Criniere has no hands. It has no hands. The clock is merely a decorative piece, a talking item. Feel free to ask Baron Roguil or his housemaid if you have doubts. Monsieur Robiano, how do you explain this discrepancy? I don't know. There must be some sort of mistake. My camera is flawless. There's no mistake, monsieur. Your photograph detects something that does not exist in the real world. Maybe there was an error in the printing process. An error precisely where the clock's hand should be? Please, monsieur, don't patronize us. Allow me to offer a more plausible explanation. You, monsieur Robiano, edited this photograph. Edited? I'm no expert, but I suspect you used paint or ink to carefully put hands upon the clock. It would have been a simple task, considering the clock face was bare. One could even speculate you specifically chose to include a handless clock in the photograph just to simplify the editing process. Falcon, your reasoning is absurd. Why would the witness do such a thing? Isn't it obvious? By showing the photograph to have taken place at precisely 7:30, it clears all the photograph subjects of suspicion. In other words, Monsieur Robiano created a perfect alibi. Of course, this raises further questions. Who is the witness protecting? And why? Was Monsieur Robiano coerced, bribed, threatened? Enough silence! Let's hear some answers, Monsieur Robiano. Fine, you got me! I'm guilty! I did it all! You did it? You're confessing the murder of Monsieur Greenway? What? No! I have no idea who killed the frog. I'm just admitting that I'm guilty of producing fraudulent photographs. I was ordered to make changes. 19th century Photoshop, yep. To the printed photographs. And yes, that included adding hands to the clock. You were ordered by whom? I dare not say. Monsieur Robiano, I strongly advise you to answer the defense's question. You have pledged to speak without fear, after all. With respect, Judge, I fear his claws. More than I fear the punishment of the justice system. I shall name no names. His claws. Did you hear that, Falcon? That is most unfortunate, Monsieur Robiano. We cannot and shall not torture names out of you. We don't live under the ancien regime, after all. But since you have admitted to falsifying evidence, then we cannot keep you on the stand as a witness. Take your leave. You shall be charged with perjury in due course. I can't protest. That's at least I deserve for my failure as an artiste. Good day, messieurs. Intriguing. Pretty convincing. You gain a little favor with the jury. Yeah. Of course Artemis is under there. Is there anything else under there, or is it just Artemis? Okay, I'll come look just in case. I'll be right back. I realized I had to rush back. I forgot to turn the ads on. Not that I like doing ads in general. What I use them for is when I'm on intermission. The logic is if I turn the ads on, every time I turn a 30-second ad on, it disables the coming into the stream ads for 10 minutes, which is good if they come in during intermission. I don't want anybody to be like, oh, I have to watch an ad for an intermission. Nobody wants to do that. So, whoops. Not gonna turn them on now, though. That's a waste. I'm back. So, the clock's hands were painted on. So what? It doesn't matter. The photograph still depicts Dame Caroline as being absent close to the time of the murder. That's significant. Don't be dense, Monsieur Robington. If the photograph is not completely genuine, it cannot be considered reliable evidence. Why not? It's still a portrayal of the night's events. Because if we accept that one part of the picture was edited, then we must accept the possibility that other parts were too. It is possible Dame Caroline was painted out. Even worse, it is possible that another person was painted in. We know the witness was trying to cover for someone, so all possibilities must be accounted for. So what you are saying, Falcon, that the housemaid paid off the photographer? Or was it Seigneur Pertois de Moi, perhaps? I don't think so. The housemaid lacks a means or a motive. And it wouldn't make sense for Seigneur Pertois to implicate his own daughter. Well, sure you're not suggesting that the honest and beloved Baron Roguel deliberately tried to frame Dame Caroline, because that would be the most outlandish theory yet. The Baron is a pillar of our community. He would never do such a thing. Let me know how obnoxious my accents are getting. Monsieur Remington, I'm not here to throw accusations. That's the job of you, prosecutor. However, mayhaps I should offer my opinion. But Baron! It's not time for your witness testimony yet. So you would think, prosecutor, and yet I see my good reputation getting tarnished by your incompetence. Incompetence? Indeed. Let us proceed with witness questioning. Is that fine with you, Judge? Yes, I suppose that's fine. Very good. And I trust the defense has no objections. No objections here. Fantastic. Oh, but before I forget, I pledge to speak without fear and prejudice, etc., etc. Now, prosecutor, ask me about what I witnessed over the course of the evening. Oh, okay. Baron Roguel, on the night of the, okay, I'm glad it's not obnoxious. I like to have fun with doing voices. It also helps me keep the characters straight because I've been practicing my voice acting just because I want to get better at doing it for these kind of things, but I have trouble keeping all the characters in track, especially in a game with this many characters, so giving them verbal tics helps me remember who's supposed to be for who. Like a whiny judge or a really, really hesitant rabbit. The initial dinner went magnificently. When the photographer arrived, Monsieur Greenway left to visit the garden. Dame Caroline followed behind him moments later. Seigneur Pertois, Monsieur Rabignano, and myself were engaged in conversation, so we paid her no mind. After the photographer had left, my housemaid left to go find Monsieur Greenway and Dame Caroline. That would be when I heard her cry for help. Thank you, Baron. I think we all know the story from there. I would like to cross-examine the witness. Do you doubt my integrity, garçon? I'm just here to uncover the truth, Baron. Very well, then. Hit me with your best shot. Let us establish with absolute certainty that I, Baron Roguel, am an honest man. The defense may proceed with a cross-examination. Substatement to question. The dinner went magnificently. Monsieur Grandlois led to visit the garden. Housemaid discovered the pair after the photographer left. Garden. Baron, we saw the murder scene, your garden, for ourselves. What's with all the horses now? Baron Roguel, when was the last time you ventured into your own garden? As it happens, I have quite serious allergies. I haven't been in my own garden for years. Years, you say? Indeed. Baron, I do not want to call you a liar, but that claim does not hold up to scrutiny. Oh? And why is that? because we have hard evidence you visited the garden recently. Balderdash, my word is gold. So to quote this so-called hard evidence that I've been in my garden. This was found in your garden. To be specific, it was found inside the fountain basin. Right beside where the murder occurred. A cigar butt? That could belong to, anybody. And? Prosecutor, please shut your mouth. I can speak for myself. Okay. Sorry, Baron. That is indeed the remnants of one of my cigars. But I must apologize, Monsieur Falcon, for I misunderstood your initial question. You see, prior to the banquet, I hadn't visited my own garden in years. But naturally, after hearing the housemaid's cry for help on the evening of the murder, I rushed outside. I was shocked and disgusted by what I saw. That must have been when I dropped my half-smoked cigar in the fountain basin. You see, Falcon? There's a perfectly reasonable explanation. I would find it believable if the cigar were casually discarded. But as it happened, the cigar butt was found in the Falcon's upper basin, a location that can be only accessed with great inconvenience and a little paddling. The cigar butt was not dropped. It was deliberately hidden. There are any number of possible explanations. Are there? Because I can only think of one. That is, you, Baron Rogual, deliberately hid your cigar butt to disguise your own illicit activities. Did I now? And what illicit activities would those be? You want me to spell it out? Fine. Let's put everything on the table. You, Baron Roguel, murdered Monsieur Greenway. That is what you were trying to keep hidden. Directly accusing me of murder? How shamelessly brazen. That is a ludicrous accusation, Falcon. The Baron is an upstanding citizen of the highest order. Your allegation's baseless. You have no evidence, no means, motive, or opportunity. No evidence? Think harder, Monsieur Remington. Every piece of evidence points to Baron Roguel as the prime suspect. You want the means? The Baron certainly had the means. His lion's claws are sharp as a surgeon's blade. Cutting a frog belly would be trivial to him. Even Monsieur Robuno confessed just moments ago that he feared, quote, his claws. Ridiculous. I would never threaten a man with violence. You want a motive? The Baron must have had at least 10,000 francs worth of motive. By removing a business partner, the Baron's share of his railway company increased from 1/3 to 1/2. That is preposterous! And finally, the Baron had an opportunity. No, he crafted the perfect opportunity. He arranged a small banquet with a select number of guests. He was aware of missing silverware, and he served steak, a food item that necessitates good cutlery. Why? To bloody the hands of his guest, of course. Then he hired an easily influenced photographer and staged a very specific photograph in order to build a perfect alibi for himself. Photographing the guest in front of a handless clock to make for easy editing is quite an ingenious plan, it must be said. Prosecutor, are you gonna let this slanderous yarn go untested? Say something! Object! Oh, you're pitifully useless! After executing the murder, the Baron found himself still holding a single piece of incriminatory evidence, his finished cigar. He knew that leaving it at the crime scene would raise suspicion, but he didn't have time to properly dispose of it. So in desperation, he threw it into his fountain out of the sight of his guests and a snooping police. I imagine the Baron was hoping to implicate Seigneur Pertois Dumois, since that would ensure total control over his railway company. Alas, Dame Cataline was the first to happen upon the crime scene, so the Baron improvised. This is an outrage! Judge, I demand you disbar this ranting lunatic. No, there's only one outrage here. That is, that a man like yourself is able to abuse his wealth and status to frame an innocent girl for murder. You're a bourgeois of the worst kind. How dare you, garçon! The earned nerve for a lying scumbag of a lawyer to accuse a philanthropist like myself of something so heinous. I'm nothing like the fat cat bourgeois. I'm a respectable, hard-working capitalist. No, you're a hard, ruthless man who will slaughter a dear friend to reap a few francs. You incredulous whelp! I have to gut you right here and now, like a damn frog! Well, that was fun! That was a lot of fun. Good times. Could someone please restrain the Baron? I'm on it, Your Honor. Let's go, old man. To the concierge with you. Don't touch me, you filthy jackdaw. I can walk myself. This is quite a turn of events. Does the prosecution have anything to add? Well, in a manner of speaking, well, to be honest, no. Then I shall now confer with the members of the jury to come to a decision. I ask that the animals of the court please be patient in this time. Falcon, that was pretty incredible. Thank you. I just hope it was enough. What do you mean? You just proved Cataline's innocent. We'll get a not guilty verdict for sure. Sparrowson, I think you misunderstood something important about the justice system. What's that? I haven't proved anything. As lawyers, we cannot deal in proofs. It's just not possible. All we can do is organize the evidence and convincingly explain what it suggests. I haven't proved Dame Cataline's innocence. All I've done is demonstrate there's a significant possibility she is not guilty. I'm not sure I understand the difference. We have reached a decision. In light of the recent revelations, it is clear that an error of judgment was made in the initial arrest. On that note, we unanimously find the defendant, Dame Cataline Demois, to be not guilty. We win! Do 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 do. Monsieur Falcon, Petit Sparrow's son, you did it! Yeah, I suppose we did, didn't we? We should head back to the office so we can celebrate properly. You did it, Falcon! I can't take all the credit. This was a group achievement. I'm so proud of you both. I'll get 1 bottle of wine and 3 of our least dirty glasses. You were amazing, Monsieur Falcon. Oh, it was nothing. I very much like the way you pinned the murder on the Baron. That was an act of sheer genius. Well, I didn't pin anything. Sparrowson and I just worked at unveiling the truth, given the facts of the case. Monsieur Falcon, there's no need to play coy. The case is over. Play coy? Don't tell me you're actually being sincere. I'm completely lost. Oh, wow. I thought the goody-good thing was an act, but you actually don't know. Alright, I'll spell it out for you. I murdered Monsieur Greenway. I saw him in the garden, all drunk and vulnerable, and I seized my opportunity. It was nothing personal, just business, you understand? Business? To increase my papa's share in the train company, of course. My papa always said the drunk old frog was the weakest link. Your confession doesn't make any sense at all. I found Baron Rogue's cigar butt hidden in the garden. Oh, I put that there. I expected the police to find it, but I suppose that was putting too much faith in the brains of Paris's finest. But Falcon proved that Monsieur Robiano's photograph was edited. It was edited. I wasn't in the picture, because I was busy paying a visit to Monsieur Greenway in the garden. My papa knew he needed an alibi, so he ordered Monsieur Robiano to paint me over Baron Roguel and to add hands to the clock. But that lazy artist didn't manage to finish altering either photograph by trial day. It's a good thing Monsieur Falcon was so imaginative, because that could have gone very badly. What's with the silence? You should both be proud. There are many lawyers in the whole of France who could have won a case like this, even for a bourgeois kitty like me. I think you should leave. Fine. So much for the celebrations. Here's the payment for your services, straight from my papa's pockets. Well, adieu, Monsieur Falcon. Adieu, Petit Sparrow's son. 40 francs. Falcon. What do we do now? Falcon? End of Act 1. Your game has been saved. You should continue. Slight confession. I watched someone play the first act of this game before, so I knew how that case went. I basically knew the entire pattern of it. At the time, the game was still in a beta state, and this is where the game ended. From here on out, I am completely blind. But at the time, I knew that case. I knew how it ended. So it's not as shocking to me as it could have been. At the time, though, I was surprised, genuinely, that for a Phoenix Wright parody, it ended with the revelation that your client was the villain. Even Phoenix Wright's only done that once, and it was a major reveal at the end of one of the games for the final case. Usually you save the heroes. We will continue. I believe there are 4 acts, so we should have time to get through 2 of them tonight. January 7th, 1848, the next day. The Palais de Louvre. Let us be reasonable, senors. I am sure this is a simple misunderstanding. There is no misunderstanding. In the name of the king, arrest that Spaniard. Oh good, an accent I can do. Did he kill a human? Act 2, A Fox Among Wolves. No, that's right, they all have anthropomorphic hands. I knew Falcon wouldn't feel like turning up at the office on Friday. But now it's midday on Monday, and there's still no sign of him. This is becoming a little concerning. I should probably go find him. His home would be a good place to start. But the bird brain never gave me his address. I'll just find him the hard way. Can I look at my evidence quickly? Nope. Still no sign of him. Folk of interest, so... Criminals in general. Been accused of murdering Greenway, colleague of Pertois. Soitane and Gambade, a mother and her bouncy daughter who begged us for money outside Chateau Crenier. A vertically enabled housemaid who works for Baron Roguel. She seems to have a minor case of kleptomania. Yes, indeed. The Great Lion of Chateau Crenier, a reputably ruthless businessman. A delusional artist and photographer. Someone described Robitio with the H word. That's right, you know the one. The H word. Hell? Heck? Haughty? I don't know. Judge Maxime. One of the longest-serving judges in France, Judge Maxime is known for being attentive and even-handed. Rabington, a stuttering and jumpy prosecutor who bumbles through cases on nothing but sheer dumb luck. Juste Voletti, a grumpy war veteran turned police inspector. This guy is strict as law-abiding as they come. Vertically enabled. 50 francs. No evidence. No sign of him. Hawk. Vertically enabled, they're a giraffe. The prison. Playing with the kitties. The Palace of Justice. Chateau Crenieri. Doesn't take a day to travel anymore. Excuse me, Mademoiselle Duhart. Down here. Oh, there you are. It's Sparrowson, right? That's right. I heard about the case you were involved in. I never would have thought the Baron was a murderer. He always treated me with the utmost respect. But then, I suppose it makes sense the most ruthless killers are the ones who put up the best facade. Yeah. I suppose so. Say, how's your friend doing? He seemed a little down last night. Oh, you've seen him? Yes. He was brooding in the corner of La Canard Joye, mumbling and drinking. It's a little depressing, to be perfectly honest. La Canard Joye? The dingy student bar on the Rue Jaune, right? Not dingy, just a little rustic. In any case, it's an enormous help. Thanks, mademoiselle. Anytime, Sparrow-san. Excuse me, monsieur. I'm looking for my friend. Do I look like a lost and found to you? Buzz up, bird brain. Alright then. No son of Falcon here. Excuse me, Rupert. Oh, it's you, the first year dropout. Hey, I didn't drop out. I was forcibly ejected. But that doesn't matter right now. I'm looking for Falcon. Have you seen him? Falcon, the guy who somehow blundered his way through the Caterline trial with the help of some very dubious evidence. No, I haven't seen him since the, trial. Oh. Well, thanks anyway. Still no sign of him, then where else is there to travel? Oh, it replaced it. That's what happened. They were in the same area, so it replaced it. All these French names. Sparrowson steps through the doors of La Canard Joya, the dingiest student tavern in all of Paris, to be greeted by a dodo of all things. His nostrils fill with the pungent aroma of sour wine and bitter tobacco. Well, ruffle my feathers, if it isn't little Sparrowson. I haven't seen you in years. How you doing, hon? I'm feeling pretty good, Madame Coinel. Thanks for asking. I'm actually here to find a friend. He's a big guy named J.J. Falcon. Falcon? Yeah, that sorry lump has been here all weekend. He's just been moaning and muttering to himself all weekend. Frankly, bringing the whole atmosphere down. I'll take care of him. Thanks, Madame Coinel. It's no problem, hon. He's probably just sitting in the corner of the drinking room upstairs. Did you find your friend, hon? No, I think I took a wrong turn. Cards! Here to play some Drax Noir, are you, monsieur? Not right now. I'm looking for my friend, J.J. Falcon. The big drunk fella? I think I spotted him downstairs. Ah, thank you. No sign of him. Mon Dieu! I almost stepped on the big fella. Falcon? What are you doing on the floor? Hey, Falcon! Wake up! Wow, the bird's completely out cold. He must have drunk this place dry. Let's see, how do you wake a drunk person? Well, guess it's time for a rude awakening. Wakey wakey! That sound effect. They had to include the sound effect. Oh, to reuse the animation, of course. They went to all that work to make it, they had to use it again. Ah, good, you're up. Are you with us, Falcon? Yeah. Feeling sober? We should probably head back to the aviary office so we can get some work done. I don't understand it, Sparrowson. Huh? I thought I did everything right. I followed all the procedures, I found all the evidence, I presented the case beautifully. And yet, a guilty feline walks free, while an innocent man sits in custody. What went wrong? Where's the justice? I don't know, Falcon. Sometimes the system just doesn't work, I guess? It should work. Yeah, it probably should. Sorry, Falcon. I don't have the answers. But what I do have is freshly baked croissants from Pierre's Boulangerie. Croissants? Yep, they're waiting for you back at the aviary. I'm sitting here mumbling about justice, and you offer me croissants? Well, it's not just croissants. I got some pains au chocolat, too. Chocolat? I could go for a pains au chocolat. Fantastic! Then let's make a move. Alright, I admit it. These croissants are amazing. I told you. Pierre's Boulangerie on Rue Verde is something else. And we still have 50 francs. I don't know how he spent the money. Oh, that reminds me. The baker told me something interesting. Do you know what they call pains au chocolat in America? Did I call them pains au chocolat? Nope. Pronunciation difficulties. American is a whole nother language. So what do they call them? Chocolate croissants. Sorry, I had to get it out of the system. For anyone wondering about context, I'm pissed at mice right now. 8. 8 in the kitchen in the last 3 weeks. And we've had the inspector reschedule twice now to come look into fixing everything up. So I'm a little on edge. And then... Hello? chocolate croissants. What do they call profiteroles? Oh, I think those are still profiteroles. But rather than custard, they fill them with ice cream and smother them in melted chocolate. Simply outstanding!
Is this the Aviary Attorney? Can I speak to someone, please?
Well, what do they call crepes?
Excuse me?
Did you just hear something, Sparrowson?
Down here!
Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. What can I do for you, little one?
Oh gosh, where to start?
Your name, perhaps?
Mousy. My name is Mousy. I hate you.
And what can we do for you, Monsieur Mousy?
I have this friend, and he's fallen under some legal turbulence.
Legal turbulence? You mean he's been arrested?
Yes, I suppose so. They're saying he's a murderer, but he didn't do it. He didn't do it.
That's quite a problem.
I know. Oh, but I forgot to mention. He's the Prince of Spain.
The Prince of Spain? And you didn't think that was worth mentioning from the start?
I forgot!
I must ask, Mousy, why did you come to us? I would have thought the Spanish royal family would hire legal counsel with a little more... not terribleness? Expertise.
Oh, the prince has great faith in your lawyering skills, Monsieur Falcon. He said that your reputation as a lawyer was renowned.
Really? The prince said that? This is a great opportunity, Falcon. Surely you wouldn't deny a request from the Prince of Spain. Meh.
Meh?
Meh. Look, Falcon, I know you're still upset about Dame Caroline's trial, but mere mumping about isn't going to help. The best thing to do right now would be to occupy yourself with some meaningful work. This case will scratch that itch perfectly. Meh. I'm not going to hear it. Grab your things. We're doing this case if I have to drag you by the sleeve. I wanted to play blackjack again, and I don't even like blackjack. I'm just glad that they put that in there. Alright, no need to bird handle me. Heh. No more dilly-dallying. Let's go.
Good luck to you, messieurs.
You aren't coming with us, Mousy?
I have other matters to attend to. But Prince Juan is being held in the concierge. I'm sure he'll fill in all the details.
Right, let's make a move then. Please let the mouse be the killer. I would appreciate that. So I can get mad at him. Stop messing around, Falcon. Let's help out Prince Juan already. Fine, fine. I'll do what I'm supposed to. Alright, Facebook. Quanelle Dodos, the motherly landlady and manager of La Canard Joyex. Mousy, a small and soft-spoken assistant. Good day, monsieur. Oh, it's you two again. Hey, nice work on Lady Kitten's trial. Baron Orguel is pacing a cell right now, ranting about wringing your neck. Yeah, I'm not surprised. He's super mad, but hey, a criminal's a criminal, right? If the line didn't want a death sentence, he probably shouldn't have killed a guy. Oh, you're not here to defend him, are you? Because that would be hilarious. We're actually here to see Prince Juan Querido, heir to the throne of Spain. He's here for the death sentence for a crime he didn't commit. That sucks. Ugh, I feel so bad. The mouthy fox, huh? That guy's driving me nuts with his senores and his flamboyant attitude. I say sooner he hangs, the better. Well, come on then, while we're young. The Prince of Spain, I presume. Indeed. I am Juan Corrido, heir to the throne of España, and you must be the legendary lawyer, Senor J. de Falcon. Well, I wouldn't say legendary. I wouldn't even say notable. Such humility. I would expect nothing less from the renowned individuals such as yourselves. But let us get down to business. I trust that my compañero Massey explained the situation. He told us you have been accused of murder, but we need some further details before we can start an investigation. Ah, of course. What is he wanted to know? To be honest, Prince Juan, I'm a little confused as to how a member of royalty could get in so much trouble. Could you walk us through your activities on the day of the murder? Of course. Let me see where to begin. It was the cold and misty morning of the 6th of January. I had heard that King Louis Philippe was unveiling a new painting at the Palais du Louvre, and I wanted to meet the man himself. So after a brief stroll and picnic in the Tuileries garden, I entered the palace. I found the royal entourage in the Louvre's Grande Galerie. When I saw an opportunity, I presented a humble gift to the king. A rose, an international symbol of passion and virtue. How romantic! But before the king could take it, another rude person snatched it from my fingers. It was a royal guard, a dog by the name of Major Howell. Ouch! Cried Major Howell. I have pricked myself upon the thorns of this dastardly flower. And then the major slumped to the floor, his face turned blue, his mouth frothed, and he died. He died straight away after being pricked? Straight away, senor. It's obvious the pricked finger was the cause of death, but I don't know of any poison that acts so fast. Nor do I, Senor Falcon, but clearly the police felt the poison upon the rose's thorns was the only logical explanacione. And with so many witnesses, even the king himself, what could I say to defend myself? So where did this rose come from? I acquired it from a beautiful Parisian flower seller at Los Halles Markets, a girl by the name of Catherine Marie Signon. But surely you're not suggesting that the flower girl applied the poison herself, Senor Falcon? Well, I'm not making any accusations yet. I'm just planning to explore every line of inquiry. Poison rose has been added to your evidence folder. Rose is supposedly coated in poison. I apologize, my Spanish accent probably isn't doing too good because he's barely speaking any Spanish. My Spanish accent is better when I'm actually reading Spanish. Mamba. El señor es un problema. No me prefiero. Do you want to ask something else, Senor Falcon? Why did you come to Paris, Prince Juan? I was on a diplomatic mission. I do not know whether you are familiar with the current events, but you may have heard that my country is in a state of turmoil. Contenders for the Spanish throne are slandering, plotting, backstabbing. It is chaos and the people are suffering. So I thought, if I can befriend some French royalty, perhaps even the king himself, maybe I can strengthen my family's name. With the Querido dynasty restored, I would have a chance at bringing peace to my beautiful nation. That's not a sion, that's a shun. Well, I guess that plan's gone out the window. Sparrowson, don't be rude. No, he is right. I have failed terribly. Don't fret, Prince Juan. We'll do everything in our power to clear your name. Maybe once the dust has settled, you'll have another opportunity to speak with King Louis Philippe and complete your mission. Was France still a monarchy in 1848? Because that was just after Napoleon. I guess they probably were a monarchy again, to be honest. Because Napoleon died in 1821, and it is probable, knowing the European monarchs, they probably didn't trust a republic system going on of government after what Napoleon did. So yeah, France probably was still a monarchy at the time. And Spain is still a monarchy, for crying out loud. That baffles my mind. How is Spain still a monarchy? How are we letting him get away with this? Having a monarchy of all the damnable things. Politics over. Thank you, Senor Falcon. I am sure you will do your best. Was there anything else you wish to ask? What were you reading before we so rudely interrupted? Ah, this book? It is a Spanish classic, Don Quixote of La Mancha. Do you know it? I have heard of it. It's about the knight who jousted windmills, right? That's one part of the story, yes. The hero is a virtuous but elderly knight by the name of Don Quixote. In the chapter you mentioned, he takes up arms against an army of giants who are terrorizing a town. Quixote's partner Sancho warns him that the giants are just windmills, and their flailing arms are just sails twirling in the wind. But Quixote does not listen. He takes up his lance, gets on his horse, and charges anyway. Sounds more like dumb Quixote, am I right, Falcon? Perhaps he is dumb, Senor Sparrowson. But many of us spend our whole lives jousting imaginary giants. Speak for yourself, Juan. I've never been jousting, let alone seen a giant. I think we're getting off track here. Indeed. I tell you what, Senor Falcon. I'll lend you my copy of this book. Maybe you'll have time to give it a read at some point. Maybe I will. Thank you. El Ingenioso Hidalgo Don Quixote de la Mancha have been added to your evidence folder. El Ingenioso Hidalgo Don Quixote de la Mancha. There we go. Was there anything else you wanted to know? No, I think that's everything, thank you. What's the plan, Big Bird? Well, we have 2 lines of inquiry. We should investigate the crime, the Palais du Louvre, and see if we find any clues or witnesses. And we should interview the flower girl in Le Halles Market to see if she has anything to say about this alleged poison rose. 2 tasks spread over 6 days? This almost sounds too easy. Let's not get complacent. Good luck, senores. AKA, there's going to be more challenges later. The flamboyant Prince of Spain, on trial for the murder of Major Howell and conspiracy to kill the king. Major Howell, royal guard who was killed in the Louvre's Grande Galerie, allegedly by the rose handed to him by Prince Juan. Don Quixote, a book Prince Juan gave us to read. On close examination, page 44 seems to be missing. Fascinating. Wait a minute, Falcon. What is it? Did something seem off about Prince Juan to you? You seem colorful to me, throwing roses, spouting about literature. John's one suave Spaniard. Maybe I misread him. Well, look, if this is bothering you, then we can always ask around. Maybe someone in the city knows Juan's dirty secret. If he actually has anything to hide, that is. Yeah, let's dig up the dirt. But we've still got a trial to prepare for. Priorities, Sparrow Son. He's hiding something, they always are. A new day, January 11th. Need to pick me up. The Louvre. And Shopper. We'll go to the Les Halles first. The pair arrive at Les Halles Market. Vendors and buskers, performers and thieves, bourgeois and peasants all bustle from place to place. Prince Juan said he met the flower girl here. Jean, I think he said her name was. There's a swan with flowers over there. Do you think that's her? I think so. It's possible she knows the murderer, or even that she is the murderer herself, so we should probably act with tact and finesse. Excuse me, Mademoiselle Flower Lady, we would like a word. Tact, Sparrow, son. Tact. We've been over this. Good day, messieurs. Are you interested in purchasing a flower? Yes, I wish to purchase a rose from milady. I'm afraid that I'm out of roses. I sold my last one a week ago. Perhaps you would be satisfied with a chrysanthemum instead. It's a beautiful flower from a fair maiden. Please don't mind Pharaoh, son. He fell out of his nest as a baby and has said dumb things ever since. Hey! Let me introduce myself. I am J.J. Falcon, defense attorney. Are you Mademoiselle Saijin? That's correct. Catherine Marie Saijin. I suppose you're here to ask about the royal assassination attempt. How did you know? I'm no fool, monsieur. I know that a rose I sold was used as the murder weapon. To be honest, I'm surprised it's taken someone so long to directly question me. The Parisian police seem to have a habit of missing obvious leads. So do you mind if we ask you a couple of questions? Business is slow. Please ask away. Mademoiselle, you said you sold your last rose a week ago. Who do you sell it to? The person who bought the rose. I didn't catch his name, but he was a charming red fox. Sounds like our Juan. I met him around a week ago, on the 6th. We talked for a little while, about the usual things, you know, like how everyone seems to be in debt these days. Relatable. Then he bought a rose and left. I hear that the fox is on trial, but to be honest, monsieur, don't think he's guilty. Oh? Why is that? Well, actually, never mind. It's just a gut feeling. Mademoiselle, it just so happens that we're defending this particular fox in the cour d'assises. If you have something to say that could prove his innocence, now would be the time to let us know. I'm sorry, messieurs. I can't. Wait! Mademoiselle Saijin, wait up! Damn! Nice display of tact and finesse, Falcon. You scared her off. This one obviously knows something crucial about the case. We need to get to the bottom of whatever it is. Agreed. But I don't think she'll be in the mood to tell us anything else. I know. Want to try to with a little more tact and finesse next time. Hush! A new day. Can I return there? That's strange. I don't see any sign of the flower girl. Yeah, probably because you scared her off with your crazy tact and finesse strategy, dummy. Or maybe you scared her with your horrendous inappropriate flirting technique. I'll have you know that I can flirt like a peacock in a tail fanning mode. We really don't have time for this discussion. Let's continue our discussion elsewhere. Let's go to the Louvre. Falcon and Sparrow make their way to the Place de Carrousel, the courtyard just north of the Louvre's Grande Galerie. That's the Arc de Triomphe over there, right? I swear it's smaller than how I remember it. That's the Arc de Triomphe du Carrousel, you doofus. The big Arc de Triomphe is up the road. What? No way. Why are there two? Because when a man like Napoleon invades half of Europe, he gets to build as many triumphal arches as he damn well pleases. I need to continue my France campaign. I do. My France Europa campaign. Well, 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 I never expect to see you here, JJ. That arrogant voice! Good day, Severin. Let's be civil, JJ. Why don't you introduce me to your new assistant? Fine, fine. Severin, this is Sparrowson, my assistant. Sparrowson, this is Severin Corcorico, the most pompous prosecutor in Paris. Oh, are you two old school friends or something? More like arch rivals. Please, JJ. I think arch rival implies some sort of competition. As I recall, we've met in court on 5 occasions, and on 5 occasions did you get humiliated terribly. I'm amazed a failing bird brain like you is still able to get clients. Actually, Severin, business has never been better. I'll have you know that I'm currently being employed by the Prince of Spain, no less. The Prince of Spain? Juan Querido? Well, well, this is quite an amusing coincidence. Don't tell me! Correct. I am the prosecutor for the very same case! It is a pity the Spanish prince will indubitably hang, but I suppose that's what he gets for hiring a bird brain to represent him. Don't call me bird brain. You're the only bird brain here, Severin. Tch! One always speaks badly when one has nothing to say, Voltaire. Uh-oh, he's giving you the verbal smackdown. Quick, Falcon, make a witty retort. Huh? Oh yeah, A witty saying proves nothing, Voltaire. Oh! Yeah, very good, JJ. Oh, the worthy riposte. But enough talk. If you messieurs would excuse me, I have a case to prepare for. JJ, Sparrowson, I'll see you two in court. Ugh, I can't stand that guy. He did seem like a bit of a cockerel, but is it true what he said? You know that he trounced you in court 5 times? I can't deny it. Severin has a reputation as a ruthlessly thorough prosecutor. Mounts of evidence, surprise witnesses. It's no wonder he always manages to one-up me. But this time will be different, right? I hope so. I know so, for you see, I stole this annotated map of the Louvre out of Cocorico's pocket when he was busy rattling off Voltaire quotes. Sparrowson! That's... Pretty impressive, actually. I swear you were standing 3 meters away the whole time. You tall birds are so busy with your heads in the clouds you don't even notice the small folk running around your feet. Pinching Cocorico's pockets or taking candy from a very tall baby. Let's take a closer look. I see. This map shows the entire Louvre area. Everything from Tuileries to the Rue de Louvre. Most convenient. We're currently standing here in the Place de Carousel. Carousel. Probably Carousel. And these pendant arrows seem to show the route taken by the king's entourage, which means the king first went here, through the Salles des Tourbières. And then here, into the Grande Gallery, where the murder occurred. Didn't Prince Swan say he spent the morning in the Tuileries Gardens? That's right. This means Prince Swan approached the Louvre from the west side, somewhere over here. Sounds like we have a lot of places to visit. Where should we go first? Here we are, the Grand Gallery, the murder room. I believe the murder occurred right under the new painting. I see hundreds of paintings. Which one is the new one? I haven't the foggiest. We have to ask someone. Please don't talk to me. Please don't talk to me. Excuse me, monsieur. You look like you know your Mona Lisas from your last suppers. I don't want any attention. Maybe he isn't talking to me. Nope, he's definitely talking to me. Keep it together, Eric. Oh, hi. Would you happen to know which painting was unveiled on the 7th of January? The one the king came to visit? Oh yeah, I can help you with that. It's the piece right behind you. Ah, I see. It's a painting of the king himself. That's one noble-looking penguin. What do you think of it, Falcon? He's an emperor penguin. Good grief. Well, what do I think? I'm no art critic, but... The careful brushstrokes, the pre-Raphaelite soft tones, the subliminal use of light. This is contrasted, nuanced work. It's an evocative painting that alludes to a forgotten era. You said a lot of words, but I'm not sure if I'm any closer to knowing your opinion. I'm getting the impression that you messieurs aren't regulars at art galleries. No, we're a right pair of Philistines. Speak for yourself, Falcon. I've never even been to the Middle East. Then I'm guessing you're here to investigate the king's assassination attempt. That's right. We were actually hoping we could ask you a couple of questions about what you saw. Oh, I wasn't even in prayers when the murder took place. I didn't see anything. But, I have a friend who might be able to help you out. What's this? R&M Associates, the home of Renard Volp's private investigator. Thank you, but I don't normally deal with these gray area of the law types. No, please give the guy a chance. He'll out of a bind before, and I'm sure he can do the same for you. Well, I'm not making any promises, but I'll keep a hold of the card. We appreciate the help in any case. It's no trouble. R&M business card has been added to your evidence folder. Thank you for your time, monsieur. Is there anything else we can do here? Well, ideally we would turn the whole Grande Gallery upside down and hunt for evidence. But that's not possible with so many people around. We should probably just move to another room. Business card for Renard Volp's private investigator. We added Severin Cocorico, a successful and pompous public prosecutor, seemed to have a love of philosophy and a hobby of humiliating Falcon. Eric Pork, an art-loving porcupine who avoids socializing. Maybe he's afraid of hurting people if he gets too close? Yep, that would do it. Catherine Marie Signe. So there's 3 people between that and her, so I'm going to assume at least 2 of them are meeting at the Louvre. A swan who works as a flower seller in Les Halles Market. Soft-spoken. What's she hiding? So this is the Salles des Tourbières. If I understand Cocorico's notes correctly, this is the room the king and his entourage stepped in before heading to the Grand Gallery. This room doesn't seem to be very popular. I don't see anyone around to interrogate. Interview. Right. Interview. Well, since it's quiet, maybe we should take an opportunity to do a little snooping. What would be the point? Surely all the interesting evidence would be in the Grand Gallery, where the murder took place. Think about it, Falcon. The police would have already gone over the Grand Gallery with a fine-tooth comb. But I bet that numbskull Victor Volerti didn't even think to check this room for clues. There might be a murder weapon just under our beaks. Your logic's a little questionable, but it couldn't hurt to have a look, I suppose. Left to right. A shiny copper urn. I guess it was used for carrying water, or cremated remains. Probably not both at the same time. It smells good. Don't sniff the exhibits, Sparrow Son. No, really. This urn smells amazing. It's almost chocolatey. You poor thing. You're hallucinating from hunger. We're just stopped by a bakery on our way back to the office. Don't patronize me, Falcon. My nose never lies. The beak. I'm telling you, there's something in here. I can feel it. Now you're touching the exhibit? That's definitely a no-no. See? Look what I found in the urn. Put that down, Sparrow Son. It's someone's old rubbish. No, look. It's a chocolate wrapper. Judging by the smell, the chocolate was bitter and dark. 70, perhaps 80% cocoa. Belgian in origin. That level of wrapper crumpling and firmness of chocolate residue indicate this was discovered just a few days ago. Yes, I am certain. The chocolate contained in this wrapper was undoubtedly consumed the 7th of January, the day of the murder. Mon Dieu, Sparrow Son! You did this all that from the smelling the wrapper? Imagine what I could work out if I tasted it. That won't be necessary. Sparrow Son, if you could apply this level of critical thinking to areas outside of food, you'd be the world's greatest detective. If only all evidence were edible. So do you have any idea which shop this chocolate was purchased from? That might help us track down the person who consumed it. No, there's no possible way we could know that. I suppose we would just have to visit every confectioner in town and sample every bit of merchandise for comparison. What a chore. Interesting. Because I can see Lander Hagelslack's Chocolate Emporium written on the wrapper. Well, you can't blame a bird for trying. Chocolate wrapper's been added to your evidence folder. This game is dumb. I love it. Chocolate wrapper was found in Salé de Tibre. The label reads Lander Hagelslack's Chocolate Emporium. I'm not sure what this is. Some sort of stand or podium? Maybe it's just a decorative piece. It's a Roman doorstop. Roman doors were enormous marble slabs, so the doorstops had to be similarly large in order to stay in place. I don't think that's right. My uncle's a Roman historian. Trust me. These columns have been designed to look Roman. Second typo. I think the style is iconic. There might have been a third in Rabbit's text, but it's also Rabbit, so I could be wrong. It's not ionic, Falcon. Irony is when a character says something, but the reader knows it means something completely different. That's not... Never mind. I see a cabinet full of engraved plates, mostly bronze. How much do you think they're worth? I don't know. 300 francs apiece at least. What? Are you serious? I'm in the wrong profession. I don't think archaeology works as a get-rich-quick scheme, Sparrow Son. Something about archaeology. I'm going to become a museum robber. Oh. Well, that's one way to get rich quick. I love how he didn't tell him not to do it. This is some sort of ceremonial container. It's beautifully crafted, but what did it contain? Maybe it's an arcane wine cabinet. Don't be so ignorant, Falcon. This is a sacred Mesopotamian artifact, given to Emperor Hadrian for his victory at Euphrates at 123 AD. Start making stuff up. You and I both know nothing about Mesopotamia. Alright, you got me. This is gonna be Hippo's chamber pot for all I know. A supporting column. It's holding the roof up. If the column were truly supportive, it wouldn't hold the roof up. It would encourage the roof to get to its location on time. You and me both, Falcon. You and me both. We're done here, for now at least. We can't spend all day staring at random artifacts, I suppose. So, where to next? To the gardens. A feathered friend wanders through the immaculately maintained Tuilier's guard. Oh no, is it the robin again? Nothing seems out of the ordinary until they spot a familiar face picking up litter by a tree line. Hey, Falcon, doesn't that groundskeeper over there look familiar? Yeah. Now that I'm looking at him, he does look a lot like that photographer. What's his name? Robinho. Robitio Robinho. Pono Baguedo Salvador Serenado. Robitio Robinho. Did someone call me? Oh, it's you. The lawyers who don't appreciate a masterful photograph when they see it. It's good to see you give them your artsy dreams to pursue the more grounded career of groundskeeping. Hey, I'm not doing this willingly. I was giving community service for committing perjury. Can you believe that? They gave me, an esteemed photographer, community service? Me? Yeah, I can believe that. Perjury is somewhat serious. You should be thankful you got off without jail time. Peth! You sound like that self-righteous Judge Maxime. So, did you two want to ask me something, or are you just here to gawk? Personally, I'm just gawking. Actually, I have a couple of questions if you don't mind, Monsieur Rabieno. I don't suppose you bumped into a Spanish fox who goes by the name of Prince Juan, have you? A Spanish fox? No, I've never met anyone like that. If this is about that assassination attempt on the king, then you're asking the wrong person. I started working here today. I see. Was there anything you wanted? So how's that new groundskeeping job working out? Terrible. Tourists are pigs. Sometimes literally. Look at all this rubbish I found. Beer bottles, tin cans, apple cores. And look what I picked up by the west entrance. A book page. A whole book I can understand, but a single page? What kind of blithering moron loses just one page? It's page 44, isn't it? Wait a moment. Let me take a closer look at that, monsieur. Don Quixote. That's a page from Don Quixote. May I turn off your hands, monsieur? Sure. What's it worth to you? What's it worth? It's trash. It's literally worthless. Then I suppose you're destroying it as part of my duties. Alright, alright. I suppose you deserve a little compensation for your trouble. How about you give me the page and... I'll pay you 5 francs. Easy money, right? 10. 6. 10. 8. 10. Wow, Falcon. You suck at bartering. Alright, fine. 10 it is. Take my damn money. Page 44 of El Ingenioso Hidalgo Don Quixote de la Mancha has been added to your evidence folder. And you lose 10 francs. Mostly because I'm not sure if I can speak to the judge, and I'm definitely not going to say anything about putting the photos in the Louvre. Absolutely not. Do you have something else to ask? Found in Tuileries Garden by the Louvre's west entrance. These are not in the order we collected them, and it's throwing me off. That's all. Will you get back to your work, Monsieur Rabieno? Are we done here? Yep. Let's make a move. Good call. We can always come back later if we've forgotten something. True. A new day. Oh, good God. Notice the Louvre is taking another day. Chocolate Emporium. Let's go here again. Really, Falcon? I thought you were done with your mopey drinking. I'm not here to drink Sparrowson, or mope for that matter. Taverns are a fantastic hub of information. If we wish to get to learn more about this Prince Juan, this would be the ideal place to start asking questions. Oh, that's pretty good thinking. Ah, you two are back. Are you feeling any better, Falcon? Much better. Thank you for asking, Madame Quenelle. That's great to hear, Han. Will it be the usual? No, I'm back to investigate work today, so I've got to keep sharp. Wouldn't know if you've seen a Prince of Spain around here recently. A Prince of Spain? I don't believe you've noticed, Han. But it's exactly the classiest pub in Paris. I'm not going to serve the occasional bourgeois. You can forget about seeing a member of royalty. That's a pity. Maybe ask some of your patrons. Feel free. The old regulars, Rufus and Paul, are playing cards in the attic, same as always. But we get all sorts of colorful characters in the drinking room. I bet if you grab enough cages, you'd find someone who knows whatever it is you want to know. Thank you, madame. Let's see where to start. Card room! Come on, pal, just one more game of Jacques Noir. Absolutely not, my wallet's hurting enough as it is. Please, I will let you deal this time. The answer is no, Rufus, I'm a skint. If you want to play cards, you have to ask someone else. Fine, ask that big fellow. Excuse me, monsieur. Yes, you, monsieur. Would you care to play some Jacques Noir? Absolutely. Absolutely, deal me in, monsieur. Very well, then. Do you know how to play? Of course, I've been playing for years. Yeah, right, don't get cocky, Falcon. Very good, I shall be the dealer. We'll bet 5 francs per game. Here we go. Here's how to get a bunch of money, probably. Probably an achievement for this, let's be real. I'm gonna play one game, I'm not stupid. 8. 17. Oh, stand. God damn it. Unlucky, monsieur. Most unfortunate. Shall we have another round? No, I think we're done. Move another day, monsieur. I understand. Feel free to come back any time. So there I was. So there I was, in the grasslands, 10 kilometers downriver, rifle in hand. I'd been pursuing the set of footprints for an hour. I was getting closer and closer. I could almost smell the beast. Then I spotted it. It was a boar. A big, stupid boar, completely oblivious to my existence. I readied my gun. I carefully took aim, and then BAM! You shot it? No. It was the most peculiar thing. The boar slumped over dead right before I could take the shot. Sounds like one of them heart attacks. Minan went the same way. That's what I thought. When I took a closer look, I noticed the bear was frothing at the mouth. Wow, it was a rabbit? Possible, but I don't think so. Remember reading something about frothing around the mouth being a symptom of poisoning. Needless to say, I left the dead animal alone. Good call. Who wants to deal with tainted meat? Excuse me, monsieur. Yes, can I help you? You said the beast you were tracking might have died from poisoning. Can you give us some further details? Further details? I'm not much of a poison expert, I'm afraid. Well, what do you think caused it? I would guess it ate something bad. I summons that poisonous plant around. Wolfsbane, I think they call it. But really, I have no idea. I'm a hunter, not a vet. Excuse me. Excuse me, monsieur. What is it? I don't suppose you've seen a Juan Querido around here. He's Spanish royalty. Boxy fellow, swanky hat, calls everyone senor. That doesn't sound familiar. Do you recall seeing anyone like that, Piero? Ain't got a clue. Sorry, messieurs, you're barking up the wrong tree. Well, can you tell us about Spanish royal family? Do we look like a walking encyclopedia or something? I'm afraid my compadre has a point. If I talk about hunting, then I'm your man. But Spanish royalty? That's not a question to be answered at a library, monsieur, not a tavern. A library? Maybe you're right. Sorry for bothering you, monsieur. Let's give them some peace. Are we ready to hit the road? Yep, let's make a move. Oh, good God, we don't have enough time. The trial's coming up soon. The Louvre again, so we might have missed something, or there's more. The library, the chocolate emporium, and this has a clock too. So I'm gonna do only the new places, because I feel like going back someplace when I'm pretty sure I got everything. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to Lander Hagelslach's Chocolate Emporium, the finest Belgian chocolate shop in all of Paris. I am Lander Hagelslach, the founder and owner of this establishment. And I'm J.J. Falcon, defense attorney. Good day, monsieur. A lawyer is very fancy. I must say, I once dreamed of becoming a lawyer, but, well, circumstances wouldn't allow it. It's a funny story. You see, when I was a young boy, I befriended the son of a Hungarian attorney. Falcon, you have to help me. What is it? It's the smell, Falcon. It's overpowering me. It's demanding that I lay waste to the shop. For pity's sake, restrain yourself, sparrow son. Oh, but I'm rambling, aren't I? Sorry, monsieur is here to buy some chocolate. Yes! No, no, no. We're actually here on business, monsieur. Business? First things first. We believe that this chocolate wrapper originated from your shop. Are we correct? Oh, yes, yes. That is indeed the trademark Hagelslach wrapper for genuine Belgian Hagelslach chocolate. This was almost certainly bought from this very establishment. Very good. With that established, there's something else we wish to ask, Monsieur Hagelslach. Can you tell us who bought the chocolate that's contained in this wrapper, Monsieur Hagelslach? I'm afraid not, messieurs. Not just because I mentioned our confidentiality, although that's a factor you understand, but because I couldn't possibly know that. I thought elephants never forget. My memory is impeccable, monsieur, but must understand that I have dozens of customers a day. There are hundreds of people who could potentially have bought this particular item. So your memory isn't good, but need further information. If we were to give you the description and name of a person, we were to tell us whether they purchased something from you. Oh, yes, yes, that I could possibly do, monsieur. Let me think. Who to ask about? Have you ever served a member of the Royal Guard with the name of Major Howell? No, monsieur. Are you sure? Yes, monsieur. I've served many soldiers, but I recall seeing a major here in recent memory. What does that mean, Falcon? Have we lost our lead? Not necessarily. It just means Major Howell didn't buy the chocolate that may have killed him. There's still a possibility someone else bought the chocolate for him. That's our lead. That's who we want to find. I see. I did once serve a high-ranking officer of the British Army who's on his way to Zimbabwe, if you want to hear that story. No, I don't want to hear that story. Let me think. Who to ask about? Who could have bought the chocolate? Rufus and Pal, 2 tavern dwellers who seem to enjoy nothing more than drinking, playing cards, and bickering over nothing. Fontaine, a hunting beagle, he seems like a bit of a gun nerd. Piero, a parrot with a big mouth, big hat, and a big attitude. Lander Hagglestock, the owner of Lander Hagglestock Chocolate Emporium, the finest chocolate shop in Paris. Mousy? Have you ever served a tiny mouse named Mousy? No, monsieur. Mice terrify me. Let me think. Who to ask about? Have you ever served Jean Herido, the Prince of Spain? A Prince of Spain? No, monsieur. Well, that's good to hear. Our clue would have turned into a dead end if our own client turned out to be chocolate fiend. I didn't serve a prince from Mali if that is any help. You see, I met the girl while hiking through the Himalayas. Please stop. Monsieur, I'm growing tired of these endless inquiries. Perhaps you come back another day. You know, Falcon, possible we just haven't encountered the chocolate fiend yet. Rather than come back here every day making aimless guesses, we should have someone specific in mind. You might have a point, Sparrow Son. Thank you for your time, Monsieur Hagglestock. We shall return investigation progressed a little. Any time, messieurs? Polite of them, but the trial's coming up soon. Occasionally, special cinematic scenes marked by exclamation mark will pop up on the map screen. These cinematic scenes are only available for one day versus appearing, but they take no time to visit. Their viewing is entirely optional. Les Lopes. Is it possible to miss things in this game? A storm is brewing, my brother. Where did the royal assassination attempt to spread? The proletariats grow confident. The bourgeois are cowering. Won't be long until we have rioting. And then, a revolution. Interesting. Bibliothèque Kashi. Here for a little light reading, are we? Not quite, Sparrowson. I'm following the hunting beagle's advice. Don't eat poisoned pork? The other piece of advice. That if we want to learn about a member of royalty, we should hit the library. Oh, that makes sense. Say, Falcon, I've been meaning to ask. There's a library and all. Are you a classic literature fan, or do you prefer more modern works? Honestly. Yeah, most of my favorite authors are modern. Like I like Alexandre Dumas, but I also like Isaac Asimov, I like Tolkien, I like C.S. Lewis. I like 2 or 3 books from what's his face who did Ender's Game. He wrote a few good books before everything went downhill and blatantly sexist and problematic out the wazoo. Orson Scott Card, he had a couple of novels I really liked and not the rest of them. And then I'm trying to think what's the other guy. I always forget his name. Okay, there's a couple. There's Hitchhiker to the Galaxy is also a good one. David McCullough, I like him. Yeah, I think really more modern authors are my thing. Sorry, English majors. I like modern novels. Have you read The Musketeers yet? It has heaps of romance, intrigue, and action. You would love it, Sparrowson. God damn it, I didn't even notice. There's Alexandre Dumas. To be fair, that's not my favorite series of his. The Three Musketeers and a lot of those ones really take forever to get to the point and then end with nothing. More of a Count of Monte Cristo guy. And then I do enjoy Dickens personally. Don't patronize me, Falcon. Of course I've read The Three Musketeers. Despite its contrived narrative turns, I enjoy the Naval's scathing critique of our current socio-political climate. Wow, that's quite an insightful review. Wait a minute, you just memorized that single sentence sound well read, didn't you? Maybe? What are you, my Sierra's mind-blowing voices? I can hear you squawking from the other side of the building. Ah, my apologies, monsieur. We'll keep it down. Wait, you're a librarian, aren't you? An astute observation. Yes, monsieur. As the only quiet person in the library, I'm most assuredly the librarian. Now that you have attention, my friend wants to ask you something. I do? Oh, right, I do. I borrowed this book from a friend. What can you tell us about it? Don Quixote of La Mancha? It's a classic. Everyone has read it. Yeah, everybody. But for those who haven't... Huh, I'm not going to sit here and summarize a great work of literature for 2 imbeciles who are too lazy to read. No one expect you to, monsieur. But what can you tell us about the physical book itself? This particular book didn't come from any library. If that's what you're asking. See? There's no library stamp or card. I assume it was acquired from a bookshop. A French bookshop with the French translation and publishing information wasn't a dead giveaway. I see, thank you. Do you have any other questions, or can I get back to work? You seem like a scholarly, well-read individual. I'm sure up to date on geopolitical news and the like. I don't need your praise. Spit out whatever imbecile question is in the back of your throat. Well, we understand that the Spanish throne is currently under dispute. Can you give us a brief rundown on who the contenders are? What a trivial question. Even an elementary school child can name the immediate heirs to every throne in Europe. Yeah, but the sake of those children who slept through their class, can you refresh our memories? Very well. Pay attention, because I'm not repeating myself. The current reigning monarch of Spain is Queen Regnant Isabella II of House Bourbon, daughter of King Ferdinand VII. Isabel, daughter of Ferdinand. Haha, you're funny. Upon her death, the crown would likely fall to her husband, King Consort Francis, Duke of Cadiz. Who was Queen of Spain in 1848? What do you know? It's Marie Isabella. They weren't making it up. Let's see, also known as the Queen of Sad Mischance. The traditional queen was Queen of Spain from 1833 until 1868. Pragmatic sanction to ensure the succession of his firstborn daughter due to lack of a son. She came to the throne a month before her third birthday, was actually disputed by her uncle, the Infante Carlos, founder of the Carlist movement. Okay, that makes sense. Refused to recognize the female sovereign led to the Carlist Wars. Under regency of her mother, went from an absolute monarchy to constitutional monarchy, adopting the royal statute in the Constitution of 1837. Lots of palace intrigues, backstairs, and antechamber influence, beggars conspiracies, and military pronunciamientos. So became known as by sober traditional queen and the Queen of Sad Mischance. She was deposed in 1868 and abdicated in 1870. Her son Alfonso became king in 1874, and she was preceded by Ferdinand VII. They weren't making this up. They got it right. Good job doing your homework. And Spain, wow. Isabella, daughter of Ferdinand. Wow. His fourth wife and niece. Ew, really? Marry your freaking niece as your fourth wife? Marie Christiana of the Two Sicilies, because this was, technically speaking, before Italy. Thank you, Europa, for making me more educated on these things. I really appreciate it. I love that game. Upon her death, the crown would likely have fallen to the husband, King Francis, Duke of Cadiz. Name is Nathan is a horse. I'm not going to go too crazy with this one. That'll hurt my throat like nothing business. Although it's certainly possible that a immediate family member can stake a claim. However, the Queen's position is currently being disputed by the Carlists, headed by the Count of Monte Melon. I hope that answers your question. Did you catch all that, Sparrow son? Not a word. Monsieur, we're actually interested in Prince Juan Querido of Spain. I don't think I heard that name in your explanation. A prince? Juan Querido? Is that what you said? Monsieur, I think you've been misinformed. There is no current Prince of Spain. And I'm not even sure Querido is a real name. It is certainly no line of any Spanish monarchy. How strange. What does this mean, Falcon? Well, one thing is for sure. Our client is not the Prince of Spain. Maybe he's a delusional lunatic, or perhaps he's involving us in some sort of con. Wouldn't have long before the trial, but it may be our interest to Prince Juan directly and get some answers. Right. Are you quite done chit-chatting? Don't worry, monsieur. I think we're done here. Thanks for your time. Then I bid you good day. Isn't the trial, like, right now? So messing around. Let's help out Prince Juan already. We've explored here. We've explored here. You again? Business hours are over. Come back later. I have no time for your quibbling, monsieur. Stand aside. You can't talk to me like that. I most certainly can. We have reason to believe you are housing a suspect under false pretenses. That is a violation of statutes 204B and 488C of the French Criminal Code of Justice. Failure to comply with our request may result in you, yes you, monsieur, being held directly responsible for any consequential legal action. Alright. No need to break out the legalese on me. I'll go up in the cell. Wow, Falcon, how'd you memorize the criminal codes? Memorize? Come on, Sparrow son. Learn how to bluff. Ah, Senor Falcon. It is good to see you again. You have some good news about my case, I hope. Listen, Juan. In order to maximize our chance of a successful trial, I need to know every bit of information. I can't work with half-truths. Tell me one thing and the prosecution evidence tells me another, then we're both in trouble. I'm afraid I don't quite follow, senor. Do you want me to spell it out? I know that you are not the Prince of Spain. I know that your name is not Juan Hiredo. Where is this coming from? I assure you, senor, that I am who I claim to be. If you want your trial to be a farce, then you don't need my help. Come on, Sparrow son, we're leaving. Wait. Calm yourself, Monsieur Falcon. Out of your love. Did you just say Monsieur? What happened to your Spanish accent? Your suspicions are well placed. Juan Herido is not my real name, and I am not a Spanish prince. My poor Spanish accent, no wonder it was so bad. That was just a persona I concocted for the purpose of getting arrested. So what is your real name? What's in a name? Just an empty label, a vapid reflection of who we really are. Today I'm Juan Herido, the Prince of Spain. Tomorrow I may be Bruno Reyer, a pauper living under the Bridge of Seine. But it doesn't change who I am or what I do. That didn't really answer my question. No, I suppose it didn't. You're a smart bird, Monsieur Falcon. I suspect you already know my real name. You are Renard Volp's private investigator. Nice. Very astute. And you are Monsieur Falcon, private defense attorney. But that wasn't always your name, was it, Monsieur Falcon? Just like me, you know how to adopt a new persona on a whim. You changed your name, Falcon? I didn't know that. This isn't about me. Juan, Renard, Monsieur. We're trying to uncover the truth here. Of course. So what truth are you trying to uncover, Monsieur Falcon? Why would you want to get arrested? You're putting me in a difficult position, Monsieur. If I tell you the full story, I'll be putting someone else in danger. How about this? I'll tell you a story. I like stories. There was a girl, a mademoiselle who was in a great deal of debt. Everyone has a debt these days, monsieur. Indeed. This particular mademoiselle was indebted to a very powerful man, and that man wished to collect. The mademoiselle had no means of paying, so the man offered her a deal. Murder this man, and I will forget what you are owed. Refuse, and I will reap what I am owed from your parents. With no alternative options, the mademoiselle accepted. But another man, a gallant knight with foolish, archaic notions of chivalry, heard the mademoiselle's story. The knight knew that murder was inevitable, but he saw a way to take the fall in the mademoiselle's place. Do you understand what I am saying, monsieur? I understand, monsieur. To be honest, it wasn't the subtlest of allegories. Ah, storytelling is never my strong suit. But I'm glad you're seeing things from my perspective. Hopefully that sheds some light on the situation. If I may ask, monsieur, why did you not just go to the police with the information that you had? The police are not always an option. What is it meant to do when the justice system itself is the problem? I'll let you know when I figure it out, monsieur. Dwell on it. Perhaps we should talk about something else in the meantime. I don't have any more questions for you, Juan. I think we've learned all we can for now. Really? I don't feel I've learned very much. Oh, Monsieur Falcon, before I forget. Could you find Mousy and ask whether the birds have successfully flown south by the winter? Whether the birds have flown south? What is this, some sort of code? Something like that. But rest assured, Monsieur, that this does directly pertain to the case. Well, if we have time, I'll be sure to let Mousy know. Let's make a move, Sparrow Son. Trial day is approaching. Right. A new day. Trial day. Can't go anywhere, can I? My guess is we'll do more investigation after a court scene. Once again, Falcon and Sparrowson find themselves waiting outside the doors of the Tribunal de Grande Instance. Are you feeling nervous, Falcon? Don't go silent on me now! Senor Falcon, I trust everything is in order. Absolutely. I have every intention of bringing the truth to light in this trial. Ah, such confidence. That's magnificent to see. And bringing the truth to light, you say? An admirable goal. No more jousting in imaginary giants.
All of you cease your yammering. The door's opening.
Here we go. Buena suerte, Senor Falcon.
We will.
Are we ready?
We're ready.
JJ.
Severin.
Nervous? Why would I be nervous? I'm not nervous. I'm as calm as a cuckoo. You're the nervous one. This whole courtroom is nervous. Well, cool your feathers, Falcon. Terrible. You can't even maintain a stoic facade. I thought this trial would be the perfect opportunity for you to redeem your previous embarrassments. But if this is how you act before the trial has even started, why, you pompous-tailed, posture perfect. Order, order. Let's all settle down. Court is now in session.
Psst, Falcon.
What is it?
Is it me? Does the primary judge look hairier today?
That's a different judge, the one who resided over Dame Cataline's trial, you doofus.
Oh. Still, it's a little strange, isn't it?
Not really. There are a dozen judges in Paris alone. It only makes sense that we see different ones in different cases. Throwing more shade at Phoenix Wright, are we? For we only use the same judge ever, even though there are like 5 other judges in the series. It's always the same damn one every trial. At least Investigations gave us a different one. Excuse me, Your Honor. But it's the same jurors because designs. I was under the impression that Judge Maxine would be presiding over the case. Where is he? Judge Maxine has gone on temporary sick leave due to a terrible accident with a flight of stairs. But rest assured, assessors, prosecutor, defense, and members of the jury, that I am more than qualified to fill his shoes. Romulus, one of the founders of Rome, killed his brother, somehow, if I recall correctly. And thus Rome was named after him and not Remus. Without further ado, let's get this show underway. This is the trial of Prince Juan Herido, who stands accused of murdering Major Howell and of conspiring to murder the king himself. Roll call. The defense is ready and present, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Good. Very good. I expect this to be a nice, speedy trial. I don't want to see this dragged out by technicalities and bureaucracy. Well said, Your Honor. I expect that once the court sees the overwhelming evidence, the trial will be over in 5 minutes. For 5 minutes? You're just messing with your head, Falcon. Keep it together. So we're all on the same page. Excellent. Prosecutor, please call your first witness to the stand. Very well. I call the police officer to investigate the crime scene. I call upon Inspector Just Voltaire. Step to the stand, Inspector, and recite the oath. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Please recite your name and occupation for the court record. My name is Inspector Just Voltaire. I am servant of the law, a scourge of the governments. That will do, Inspector. We've all heard your monologue before. Whoa, Cocorico is really going for a speed record, isn't he? Now, can you tell us what you witnessed on the morning of the 7th of January? Of course! At 10 o'clock in the morning, I was called to the Louvre's Grand Gallery by one of the King's Royal Guards. Did he just say o'clock? I didn't see that. There I saw Prince Juan, King Louis Philippe, the corpse of Major Howell with a rose in hand, and around 2 dozen citizens. The citizens and the king himself all attest to seeing Major Howell taking the rose from Prince Juan's hand, and then promptly dropping dead. And what did the morgue uncover upon examination of the corpse? The coroner determined with absolute certainty that Major Howell died of poisoning. Aside from prick upon the finger, there was no sign of external harm to Major Howell's body. Therefore, the poison rose must have been the cause of death. Putting the pieces together, that does seem very implicative of the prince. I see no further questions. Damn, assuming the coroner's report would determine the guy died from a heart attack or something. That would be a particularly speedy trial, wouldn't it? But no, we aren't so lucky. Something else must be amiss in the old bird's testimony. Right, I'll tear it apart. Your Honor, I wish to cross-examine the witness. Falcon, was it? Don't waste the court's time. A high-ranking police officer would never lie on the witness stand. I wouldn't accuse the inspector of lying. I just want to make sure that every base is properly covered. This sounds like pointless nitpicking to me, but I'll allow it. For now. Go on, Falcon. Do your cross-examination. Select a statement to question. Members of Razor Howell, around 2,000 citizens, died of poisoning. Inspector, you say that the coroner determined with certainty that Major Howell was killed by poison. Correct. He said the signs and symptoms were textbook. There is no possibility that death was natural. Did the coroner mention specifically what kind of poison it was? He was not certain. At first, the coroner posited it was a plant-borne poison like that of the aconite flower. But when he learned how fast the poison took effect, he knew this was atypical of aconite. Consequently, he suspected it may have been some newly engineered concoction. A newly engineered poison, you say? Well, that only reaffirms this was a very deliberate assassination attempt. Indeed. Give him the question about the poison. How exactly was Major Howell poisoned? What was the delivery mechanism? His finger was pricked by the poison rose. He even commented out loud about it seconds before dying. All 22 citizens who witnessed the murder attested to seeing and hearing this. Is there any possibility he was poisoned by something else? What an absurd thing to ask, JJ. You just heard 22 people saw the victim prick his finger and die. What are you suggesting? That the pricked finger had no relation to the poisoning? That's exactly what I'm saying. I don't doubt that Major Howell was poisoned, but I do doubt that the rose was the cause. Unbelievable! Only a total buffoon could fail to draw the blatant link here. JJ, attempting to sit here and lecturing on the basis of cause and effect, I'll end the discussion painlessly. Inspector, please tell the defense that you found traces of poison on the thorns of the rose itself. That should alleviate all doubt the rose was in fact the poison delivery mechanism. Actually, I can't tell him that. I dread to ask, but why not? We didn't check the rose for traces of poison. It just seemed obvious the rose caused the poisoning, given the timing of the incident. Well then, now would be a good time to make a test. Here's a marvelous thought. We prick the finger of the defendant with the rose. If there's no poison in the rose, then Prince Juan lives and he is free to go. If the rose is poisoned, then the prince dies, but that's okay, because punishment would be fit and just and fitting of the crime. A marvelous suggestion. What is this, a witch trial? This isn't America, Severin. That's not how we do things here. Calm your feathers, JJ. It was clearly a joke. There are far more humane ways of testing for poison. I'm sure the inspector will perform his duty with due diligence. Actually, we won't be able to test the rose for poison at all. Why is that? Given the dangerous nature of the flower, it was destroyed by the police force. We burned it to ashes. Such unprofessionalism. If we have no way to know whether the rose was poisoned, then this whole trial ought to be called into question. Nice try, JJ, but through the possible reasoning by elimination, we can still deduce with absolute certainty that the rose was poisoned. In other words, there was nothing else at the crime scene that could have caused the poisoning. Wrong! There was something else at the crime scene that could have contained the poison. Something the investigative police blindly overlooked. Look at this. What am I supposed to be looking at? It is the paper wrapper to be a piece of chocolate. It was found in the Louvre, the Tele du Tibre to be precise, and we can date its consumption to the day of the incident. You're not suggesting that Major Owl ate a piece of poisoned chocolate moments before he died? I most certainly am. Intriguing. Pretty convincing. You gained a little favor with the jury. Did you see this wrapper at the crime scene for yourself, Inspector? The police force did not have the time nor resources to trial every piece of trash at every crime scene, I'm afraid. In other words, you overlooked it. Astounding unprofessionalism. The prosecution is right to be disgusted. What a disgraceful display, Inspector. I offer my apologies, Your Honor. I don't want your apologies. I want you to do your damn job properly. Get off the witness podium before I kick you off myself. As you wish, I'll take my leave. Until next time, messieurs. So let me get this straight. The chocolate wrapper was found at the crime scene? Correct. And you have reason to believe it was consumed on the day of the incident? I do. I have an expert food tasting witness who is willing to testify, if need be. You have a foodie witness? I don't recall anyone like that. What are you talking about, Falcon? Oh! I see. But if for certain that Major Howell consumed this chocolate, well, that's a fact we're still investigating. I see. And you have evidence that this chocolate was in fact poisoned? Again, that's something that may require a little more time to definitively prove. So then, in actuality, you don't have evidence that Major Howell consumes some poisoned chocolate. Instead, you have a solitary piece of rubbish you pluck straight out of the gutter. That's weak even for you, JJ. Let's move things along. I have another witness I would like to summon. He is a man who claims to have an excellent view of the people going in and out of the Louvre at the time of the incident. I call upon Monsieur Toussaint Kingsley. Could the witness please approach the stand and recite the oath?
Hello? Hello, hello?
Kingfisher.
Hello? Alright, the oath. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Please state your full name and occupation for the record.
My name is Toussaint Kingsley, and I'm a person who fishes.
A person who fishes, so you're a fisherman?
Oh, is that how it is? I thought the French justice system was better than this.
I beg your pardon?
Here comes Toussaint Kingsley, the kingfisher. Clearly he must be a fisherman, because didn't you hear? All kingfishers are fishermen.
Well, you are carrying a fishing rod.
And? Can a man not carry a fishing rod, reel, and bait without being branded a fisherman? Look! The prosecutor is carrying a riding crop. Clearly he must be a horse jockey. Oh, for pity's sake. Fine, we can list your occupation as person who fishes and not fisherman. Thank you.
Actually, why do you carry a riding crop, Severin? I've never seen you ride a horse. I don't know, JJ. Why do you, a 30-something-year-old with no health problems, carry a cane? This is veering far off course. Could the prosecution please get back to his questions? Of course, Your Honor. Monsieur Kingsley, is it true that you were nearly at the Louvre at the time of the incident? Yes. I was sitting upon a railing on the Pont des Arts. The Pont des Arts? That's a Coq New Bridge that's a stone throw from the Louvre south entrance, correct?
That's right.
And what were you doing at the time of the incident?
I was fishing.
Kingfishers, am I right, Falcon? So you would have had plenty of opportunity to see people who entered and exited the palace. Can you tell us who you saw?
Well, the Louvre's a busy place. Actually, I saw a lot of people. But at 9 a.m., I saw the king, Louis Philippe himself, enter the building. He was surrounded by his entourage, of course. Then around 9:30 a.m., I saw the shifty-looking fox looking around the entrance.
Your Honor, I object to the witness's use of the term shifty-looking. It's a vague and biased description.
No, really, he looks super shifty. I saw him rubbing his paws and cackling gleefully. And I saw him take a rose out and carefully rub the stem.
Rub the stem of a rose, you say? As if you were applying something to the flower, perhaps?
Well, monsieur, I really shouldn't speculate.
Of course, it was wrong of me to ask such a leading question. Yes, it was. But yeah, it definitely looked like he was putting some sort of powder on the stem. Wow, even I was expecting such a bold admission. Members of the court, it's not like what we have here is direct witnessing of the defendant readying the murder weapon. The defense claims the rose was never poisoned, and yet here we have a man who saw the poison with his own eyes.
I smell perjury.
You do? No question. You saw a filthy criminal readying poison and cackling the sin of crime? That's not believable at all. I think you might be right. What if any of us that calls his story into question? Your Honor, I'd like to cross-examine the witness.
Really? This nonsense again? You just heard the witness directly describe your client readying poison on a rose. What is there to question?
I'm trying to uncover the truth, Your Honor.
Ah, fine. Do your thing. Go on, Falcon. Go make a fool out of yourself.
It's not a statement to question. It is unfortunate. One of the most fun things about Phoenix Wright is pressing everything, and unfortunately this game punishes you for that, which is sad. Sitting upon the bridge, saw the king and his entourage enter the building. Such a looking fox, some sort of powder. We don't have the map. The phones were supposedly coated in poison. The west entrance. He was over by the garden. That's where he was found, by the west entrance. Now, why is the map not here? That is a weird oversight of the map's not in our evidence. Toussaint Kingsley, a fisherman in denial. Judge Romulus, snappy judge who seems eager to wrap up trials as quickly as possible. What's this guy's problem? Nathan, an arrogant ass who works at the local library. It's okay, I can call him an ass when I'm being literal. Monsieur Kingsley, you claim that you saw a shifty-looking fox. Yep, super mega shifty. There must be at least 100 foxes in Paris.
How do you know the fox you saw was Prince Juan? Well, he's wearing a suave hat that hang low over his eyes. I hear that's how they wear them in Spain. And I'm not much of a fashion expert. Much of his outfit look quite out of place for the French weather. Is that all you're going by, his fashion sense? Oh, nearly forgot. I don't call a passerby senor. I thought that was peculiar. Well, that's him all right. Do you have another question about the shifty-looking fox? No. Do you have a question? Monsieur Kingsley, you see her sitting upon the railings of the Pont des Arts on the morning of the incident? Because that's on the east, correct? Yep. Monsieur Kingsley, you had a good view of the Louvre south entrance, didn't you? Yep. The Pont des Arts is a great vantage point for someone seeing the Grande Gallery's south side. What about the other entrances? The other entrances? You mean like if you're entering from Tuileries Garden or Place de Carrousel? No, I can't possibly see the areas from the bridge. But of course, that isn't relevant. Monsieur Kingsley witnessed Prince Juan entering the south entrance with flower in hand, that's what counts. What if Prince Juan didn't enter the south entrance? What if he approached the Louvre from Tuileries Gardens to the west? That's a big what if. Do you have any evidence that Prince Juan entered the Louvre from the Tuileries Gardens? As a matter of fact, yes I do. I have definitive proof that Prince Juan approached from the west, not the south. Hey, I know what I saw, monsieur. I'm doubtful too. Go on, JJ. Show us this definitive proof that Prince Juan entered from the Louvre from the Tuileries Gardens. Look at this. A book page. Page 44 of Don Quixote specifically. It was found just outside the Louvre's west entrance. This proves nothing. I'm not done yet. Take a look at this. Don Quixote. This is the book Prince Juan has been reading in jail since his arrest. I believe it's had it on person for some time. And yes, page 44 is missing. That was the first thing I checked. You do realize what this means, don't you, Severin? The defendant was present in Tuileries Garden prior to entering the Louvre. This also means that, in all likelihood, the defendant entered the Louvre from the west entrance, not the south. He cannot possibly have seen by Monsieur Kingsley from the Pont des Arts. What? I know what I saw, monsieur. A fine theory, Falcon. But maybe the defense took the long way around. One can still travel from Tuileries to the Louvre south entrance by walking along the river. An extra 2 kilometers of walking just to enjoy the pre-murder scenery? Let's not say silly things, Cocorico. Okay, maybe the defendant deliberately left the page there to mislead the investigation. Now you're the one who's blindly speculating. It's not blindly speculation, it's a viable hypothesis. You are fond of logic, aren't you, Cocorico? Let's talk about Occam's razor. When torn between 2 seemingly equal hypotheses, we must side with the one that imposes the fewest assumptions. Which of these theories takes fewer assumptions? 1. The page from Prince Juan's book fell on his way to the Louvre south entrance. 2. Prince Juan deliberately printed the page in the off chance we discovered, then he took the long way around. How dare you! The nerve of you lecture me on such basic philosophical concepts! I was lecturing when you stop making such basic mistakes. Monsieur Falcon, please calm yourself. What is the point of all this yammering? The ultimate point is that Toussaint's testimony is fabricated, made up, utter fiction. No, everything I've said is the truth. I suspect the witness is indeed a fisherman. I'm not a fisherman! See? He admits it himself. That's not what I meant! Innocent, perhaps? What a twist. You get a little favor with the jury. Prosecutor, you have something to put this arrogant Falcon in his place, don't you? I must concede. You concede? On that point at least, Falcon's evidence strongly suggests the key point of Monsieur Kingsley's testimony is false. Ah, no! This doesn't mean Prince Juan is innocent, of course. All Falcon has demonstrated is that this particular witness is unreliable. But I did see something. I really did. Alright, so maybe I didn't exactly see a shifty looking fox. I made that part of the story up. But I did see a swan looking on the south entrance the morning of the murder. A swan. Do shut up, witness. Your word is mud at this point. How can we possibly trust anything you have to say? Your Honor, Judge Romulus, we're out of time. We're 10 minutes overdue starting the Hare v. Tortoise trial. It's that late already? Curses, I thought we got the case wrapped up by a single trial session. It is a shame, but ultimately an accurate sentencing is always preferable to speedy sentencing. Yes, alright, I don't need to hear your moralizing. Court will resume this Friday, the 21st of January at 9 o'clock. Don't be late. Prosecutor, do your damn job. Give this stupid fox a conviction already. Wow, biased judge much? I will do my best to ensure that justice is served, Your Honor. A lot came up in that trial, huh? Yeah, no doubt about it. But something's bothering me. Why would that fisherman guy, Monsieur Kingsley, lie on the witness stand? Well, it's possible he was coerced or bribed. That's just what I was thinking. Maybe the real murderer threatened the fisherman to make him a story about Prince Juan. Let's keep an open mind. Anything's possible at this stage. But to be perfectly honest, something else is bothering me about the trial. Judge Romulus. He's acting about a shred of professionalism. He's obviously more interested in securing a guilty verdict than discovering the truth. Maybe he's in vendetta against Spanish royalty. I'm not so sure. There must be something else at work here. Excuse me, Monsieur Falcon. Sorry to bother you, but this letter just arrived. I think it's for you. A letter from me? I wonder why it's sent to my office. Have you been demoted to courier status, Rupert? Oh, hush, Barrison. I don't need to be pitied by a first-year dropout. Oh, good comeback. So what does the letter say, Falcon? It's a threat. A threat made out with cut-up newspaper letters. Whoa, I didn't know these things actually existed. Let me see. Falcon, stop your investigation or there will be consequences. Scary. There's no question this letter originated from Major Howell's murderer. He, or she, must be aware that we're getting close to uncovering the truth. Sounds about right, but why would a person write a cut-out newspaper letters like this? Messing one's handwriting would be the most common reason. Although I cannot but wonder why they'd bother, since we don't have any handwriting samples to compare it to. We're still going ahead with the investigation, though, right? Oh yes, absolutely. If a lawyer were to turn every time they receive a threatening letter, they never get any work done. Besides, only 3 days before the next trial session, we can't afford to be worrying about petty things like this. Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday. Wow, you're right. Let's make those days count. It is Tuesday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday is the next trial day. And we have multiple places we could visit. Private investigation firm, the tavern, chocolate emporium, and the Louvre. I feel like the correct answer is this, then this, then this. However, we'll do that next time. I am sleepy. That means it is time to be done. Good game. I am enjoying it. Game is very clever, and I appreciate it. I like a good, clever game. It's funny. It's, in a way, a lot more questioning legal system than Phoenix Wright is, so that's interesting. The puns are a little overboard, but I say that about all puns, so I'm not the one to ask. Overall, though, I am having fun. Good game. Don't mind me just checking out the bots in the chat quickly to see which ones are actually there. Okay. Alright, this has been fun. This has been a lot of fun. Let's go find someone to raid, shall we? In the meantime, schedule... Saturday I'll most likely continue Tooth and Tail if I'm not too put off about mice. We'll see how frustrated I get with the mission, and then after that probably some Europa. We'll see. It also kind of depends on the inspector tomorrow. I don't want to go too late if they're still not here tomorrow, so we'll see how long I go. Tuesday, if all goes according to plan, we'll continue Undertale, and then Thursday we'll continue this game. If I'm correct, we'll finish it in about 3 streams. And then we'll do some more Baba Is You after that. For now, who do I want to raid? I've not raided in a while. Let's raid Tenmar. I haven't raided Tenmar in a while. That would be fun. As always, I'll just be doing my usual Radiant McRaid raid. And don't worry, Mock, I'll swap the emotes out afterwards so you can use those again. It's time to put Goomba back on the roster. Thank you everybody for joining. It's always a pleasure. Good time. I appreciate it. I'll see you on Saturday. If everything goes according to plan, I'll let you know. If not, because mice and stuff. But for now, let's assume the best, shall we? Later.